Yeah. We live anything. Wait, what the fuck did that say? Please, latest purchase. Okay. I'll set everything up real quick. Alright. Okay, my friend. Make sure y'all like the video as y'all come in here. Okay, we already on it. I appreciate y'all. I'm on the right channel over here. Yep, everything's cool. Everything's running good. Alright. Late night stream tonight. Late night stream tonight. It's a late night stream tonight. Just got back from riding my bike, y'all. Caught a live. You sure did. You sure did just catch a live. We live in the flesh. Make sure y'all smash that like button for me. You feel me? I'm about to roll up. I'm about to mix two different strands up today. What y'all know about crossbreed? Do your homework on crossbreed, alright? Do your homework on a crossbreed. So we got this strand right here. And then we got this strand right here. Do your homework on the motherfucking crossbreeds. Y'all don't know nothing about them crossbreeds. Turn this light down a little bit so I won't get a headache. I need to put something on my face. I just got out the shower. I'm fresh and clean, but my face looking kind of dry, ain't it? Holy. Holy. God damn, the weed act like you don't want to come out the jar. Come on up out there, man. You about to get smoked. You about to get smoked. There it is. What y'all know about them electric grinders? Do your homework on electric grinder. You feel me? You ain't got all day. Bam! Just like that. Grind it up. Y'all don't know nothing about that ish right there. Putting y'all on and you don't even know I'm putting you on. Pay attention. Pay attention. Right on time. Darnisha, I see you. Right on time. We about to get lit up in this thing, man. Y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me today, huh? Giving us homework, yeah. Gotta get y'all that homework, you know what I'm saying? Classes in session. Excuse me, classes in session. Ain't nobody said nothing on the We Still Hustle Daily channel? What's going on over there? Ain't nobody said a motherfucking thing on that channel. Okay, they want me to sign the contract. Alright, I'm gonna sign that shit afterwards. Alright, I'll do that afterwards, man. Okay. Y'all know what's so crazy? My smaller Storytime channel be keeping up with views on the goddamn big Storytime channel. That's crazy to me. But hey, it's all good. I own both of them motherfuckers, so it's all good. Let me roll this up, y'all. Roll up that crossbreed. If you just coming in here, I'm rolling up a crossbreed. Y'all don't know nothing about that motherfucking crossbreed. Y'all don't know nothing about that shit. But you about to find out today. Y'all about to find out today. Alrighty. Shannon, I see you. Cherie, I see you. Hang time, I see you. Hang time, that's right. Let them y'all get them likes up. You stupid. Higher than eagle ankles is crazy. Higher than eagle ankles is wild. Alright, I'm almost done, man. Get yourself ready. Get yourself situated. We in. Hopefully this is a good one. I think this is a good one, though. We in for a good one today. Tonight. I think I got 2 of them in me tonight. We got this one and we got another one. The one that I was supposed to do yesterday, but I was tired. Oh, all I got is edibles. Oh my God, I love edibles. But they don't. I just seen something in the smoke shop. It's like a weed extractor or some shit. I guess it turned. I gotta Google this shit. Matter of fact, I just took a picture of it on my phone. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I seen it earlier today. Here you go. It's a Herbal Chef electric butter infuser. I gotta Google this shit, man. I gotta start making my own edibles. I like edibles, bro, but I don't be making them right, and I don't trust everybody else's edibles. But yeah, I took a picture of that shit. It was like $100. I gotta see exactly what it do though. Like, does it like take the weed? Does it extract the fucking weed from the thing already? Like, I don't get it. I gotta YouTube that shit. See what that shit do. What was I at? But we about to get started, man. Let me get back to the chat on the other one. So we got 24 people over here and 15 people over here. Okay, we lit. Literally, like, my smaller Storytime channel literally be keeping up with the views on the big channel, which is crazy. It doesn't even have half the subscribers. I've been noticing that lately. But I think I know the reason, though. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to both Storytime channels, make sure you subscribe to both. We Still Hustle Daily and We Still Hustle Daily 2, the number 2. Some of y'all are over here, some of y'all are over there. Y'all get 6 stories a day. 3 different stories on each channel every single day. I ain't gonna miss a day. Trust me. You feel me? Y'all ready to get this shit started or what? Stacy Johnson, I love the stories. Can't find them anywhere else. I know that's right. I appreciate you, Stacy. Most hated. I see you. We about to get right into it. Y'all ready or what? I follow you, all your YouTube pages, all the social media, so I click on whenever it pops up. Hey, Mr. Arnisha, I appreciate you. That's the real Hustle Nation right there. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. Alright, we about to get started right here. Let me take my first puff real quick. Puff, puff, pass. I'm going to hit it twice, and I'm going to let y'all hit it, and then we going to start it, alright? Let me hit it twice real quick. And then I'm going to let y'all hit that shit. Then we going to get this motherfucker started. You feel me? Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Vibe in my lane. What's going on? Salute. Alright, hurry up. Hit it real quick. Alright, you good? Hold on. Alright. Alright, bet.
So this is going to be a story time on how my summer fling turned into my worst fucking nightmare. I am going to go a little fast. The story is going to be a little bit all over the place because this guy wasn't just any guy. I didn't just meet him. I've been knowing him since high school. I'm 27 now, so, you know, do the math on that. But just to jump right on into it. So, me and this guy, we met our junior year of high school. You know, at the time when we had first met, him and another girl in school had like a little thing going on. But me and him had Spanish class together. So I had like taken a little liking into him. And of course, the immature part of me was like, oh, girl, he like you. Or, oh, she like you. But in all actuality, I liked him. So let's just say said girl name is Kim. His name is Steve. So I basically ended up taking Steve from Kim and we was rocking out. So from junior year to senior year, you know, we were a thing. So much so to where we ended up, you know, being each other's prom date. whatever. So after high school, I went off to college. He went his way. But throughout the 10 years, well, next year will be our 10-year anniversary. Throughout the years, we've always kept into communication, regardless if it was on social media, regardless if it was like, by phone. There's been a couple times where we had like, went out together over the years. He's pulled up and like brought me flowers, things of that nature. So we've always been in communication. So this year, 2025, he comes back around and he's like, I had to, take my time to get myself together. I'm all the way together now and I'm ready to see what's up with you. So, of course, at this time, I'm single. I'm kind of freshly out of a relationship, but I've been single for a good 5 months at this point. So I'm like, okay, what's up? So at the time, I was in the process of moving into my new place. Upon moving into my new place, and I kind of want to give dates a little bit. April 1st is when I actually moved in. April 1st is when I moved in. I want to say.
Yeah, when she said anniversary, I'm like, damn, maybe they still together.
By April 12th, he was basically like, I want to see you. Do you need any, anything for like your new place or whatever? I was like, I don't need anything, but you could come mount my TV for me. So, anywho, he, agrees or whatever. He pulls.
She want the nigga to put in some work around this bitch. Come put up this TV, nigga.
Pulls up. He comes to mount the TV. And when he pulls up, he brings a bouquet of roses. We like, I haven't seen you in a while. We just kind of chop it up a little bit, in the midst of him mounting the TV. Now, as he's mounting it, and of course, I've had a few TVs mounted in my day. It kind of seemed like he was kind of lost a little bit.
Yo, that nigga didn't know what he was doing. And you got some niggas like that. They might not know what they doing, but they gonna try, nigga. They gonna try to go hook that shit up for you. You feel me?
But I didn't think too deep into it. But I will say that he looked so lost to the point where I said, well, if you need me to look up a YouTube video, I got you. But I said it in a joking manner. We laughed it off, kept it pushing. So that in particular day, while he's in the process of like mounting the TV, I ended up having to leave out to go run errands. I know he's probably thinking like, why would you leave him at home by yourself? But this isn't just some random guy. This was my first. We were each other's first. We know each other from high school. We good. We locked in. You twin. So I leave out to go run errands or whatever. He texts me while I'm out like, oh, I need this in particular piece to mount the TV. I don't have it. Do you mind if I come back another day to mount it? Okay, cool. I'm not tripping. So, at this point, I was kind of far out. So I was like, well, just leave the door unlocked. I live in a pretty, decent neighborhood. I'm not tripping, whatever. So, I get back home. Of course, the TV isn't mounted, but he had put my bed together. So, I was like very appreciative. I'm like, okay, that's giving, grown man energy. Like you're doing something that I didn't even ask. You saw something that I was in need of and you did it for me. So after that, we're texting every day. We're talking every day. He's like telling me, he wants to take me out. He wants to basically like he ready to be all for Amaya at this point. And to be quite honest, I'm fucking with the kid because he's stepping, So at this point, no, I'm sorry. So let's back up. Okay, so I know I said like he was stepping, but what I'm saying when I say he was stepping at that point, because I didn't get any like details, I'm saying like he was giving like the guy that I always wanted back then. He was just like a lot more mature. He was like, I got my stuff together now. I'm in my own place. I'm popping shit right now, So I embraced it. So one day, I want to say this was, just to put dates on it, let's just say April 20th at this point. He's like, oh, do you know how to cook? We should cook together. So I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm free today, whatever. So this day he pulls up with groceries to make oxtail. So he pulls up with the groceries. And this, like, literally, he almost bought enough food for a family of fucking 8 to 10 people. It was a lot of food. And he comes with the roses. He brings some tequila. So we're sitting at my bar. We're chopping it up. We're having a grand time. When I say like the way that you and your girls get together and y'all could like talk about anything from the good, the bad, the ugly, like just simply catching up, like there isn't anything that you feel like you can't tell them because it just feels so authentic. That's what the vibe was. So at this point we get into, old relationships? What were your, your previous relationships? Where are you at with it now? So at this time, this is where he tells me, I haven't really had, many relationships throughout the years. I've probably had maybe a total of 3. And this is kind of how he's saying, I probably had a total of 3. All of them were months long. Nothing, was too serious. The longest relationship that I had was 7 months. We didn't really see eye to eye. She didn't cook. She didn't clean. So, eventually I had to move around, which respectfully, right? Understood. So, I go in to tell him like, my previous relationship was, 3 years. Same thing, it just didn't work out. We didn't see eye to eye, yada, yada. So in the midst of this conversation, I will say I am a very visual person. So I was like, well, let me see your exes, like show me a picture of them. You could call it weird or whatever, but that's just my thing. Like if you're telling me a story about somebody, I have to see what they look like. So he shows me a picture of 2 different women, which were his most 2 recent exes. One of them a light-skinned chick, BBL light-skinned chick. Other one was, a beautiful black woman. Okay, he shows me these women. The light-skinned chick was the one he had been with for 7 months. The other one he had been with for 3 months. But really nothing too deep.
How many of y'all want to see y'all niggas exes, like what they look like and shit? I ain't gonna lie, I'm not showing you what my exes look like. You feel me? How many of y'all doing that? Everything and everyone, welcome in. Appreciate you, Tamika. What's going on? Yo, we is lit on We Still Hustle Daily too. We got more people watching on this channel than this channel. Oh no, it's tied. Oh shit. Okay. Somebody say huge mistake. What was the huge mistake? Letting them trying to see what the exes look like? I ain't trying to see what no exes looking like. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. But I do want to know about your past relationships and shit, but I ain't gonna lie, like, ladies, listen to me, and I'm telling y'all this, bruh. My homie just told me this shit earlier today, like, yo, it's a fucking turnoff when y'all talk about another nigga, bruh. Like, cause I was with my homie today, he went out on a date yesterday, and he was like, the girl had mentioned, they didn't go out on that Friday or some shit because, what's today, Sunday, right? They ain't go out Friday because she was at the friend with her bar, and it was a male friend. She was at the friend with her bar. And my nigga was like, oh, that's cute. Like, you feel me? Like, niggas do not want to hear about y'all outings with other niggas, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. You feel me? Anyway. We going on. I would give y'all my own stories and shit, but I don't know who watching. God damn it, I gotta shut the fuck up.
Part 2 of...
I can't let y'all know that motherfuckers done blew it for themselves. You feel me? And that's another thing. The shit that be coming out y'all mouth, ladies, that shit be like just so light coming out off y'all tongue. But when I hear that shit is heavy on my ears. I just be thinking about that shit the whole time, just like, for real.
My summer fling turned out to be my worst fucking nightmare. Alrighty, so if you watch part 1, then you're well aware that this isn't just some random guy that I just met. This is my high school sweetheart, my first, and we're trying to rekindle at this point. So just to pick back up, the last conversation that we were having was in regards of our exes. My last situation was 3 years. His situation was just a few months. At this time, this is where he expresses to me, his level of concern about my 3-year relationship and the fact that I've only been out it for 5 months. So at this point, he's like, damn, that actually kind of broke my heart a little bit because I feel like at any time, he can come back up. He can come back and swoop you up. And
Cat K, is it my volume? What you mean volume? Is it my volume? Y'all can't hear me? Oh, make me get the screaming in this motherfucker, man.
This is what I've always wanted. So, that makes me a little apprehensive on, trying to pursue this or seeing where this could go. So I reassure him like, no, that chapter is closed. There's no rekindling to that. And I also expressed, my level of like interest on seeing where this could go. So we put a pin in that. We enjoy the rest of our night. And, we pick back up with texting and talking every day. At this point, we're going out on dates. We're planning to like go to a steakhouse. So in the midst of us planning which steakhouse we wanted to go to this in particular time, I ended up mentioning Steak 48. I'm like, okay, well, how do you feel about Steak 48? He's like, nah, like Steak 48, like I literally get that for takeout. Like, no, I don't want to do Steak 48. Let's, decide on something else. So I'm like, okay, cool. I've also had Steak 48 a couple of times. I don't personally get it for takeout, but I've had it a couple of times. We can try somewhere else. So we end up doing Taste of Texas. We end up, having a grand time. Once again, like I said, this is authentically like a friend. So the way you would kiki with your friends is the same exact way that I'm kikiing with him. So at this point, let's just say it's so the day that he came with Doxo was August 20th. At this point, it's like August 5th, 6th, and we're pretty much doing something every weekend, or at least like one day throughout the week, but then we're also linking up on the weekend. So we're seeing each other at least twice a week. Of course, we're busy, so it's not an everyday thing, but we're at least seeing each other twice a week. We're talking every day. We're texting every day. So around May 1st, he's like, oh, I have to go bond my friend out of jail. I have to, me and his mom have to go down there, but she's like expecting me to pay. So I'm going to be busy. I'm going to be busy all day. But, if by any chance you text or call and I don't answer, I'm probably in the bail bonds and all this and that. So I'm like, okay, I don't think much of it, go help your friend. So in the midst of, him going to help his friend, we're approaching Cinco de Mayo. So Cinco de Mayo comes around. I go out to, get wasted with my friends. He actually drives me to the club while I go out with my friends.
Yo, that's exactly what that means. I was just thinking about that. That means do not call me. That nigga tried to set that shit up for her not to call his ass. Like,
friends and sits.
That nigga said, don't call me. I'm going to be in the Bills bondsman place.
Outside the entire time. Just to like make sure I was good. Like, if you get too intoxicated, I don't want you to get into Uber. I don't want you to get into a Lyft. Like, I want to get you from point A to point B. So again, I'm loving that. I'm like, it's giving, it's giving what I've been wanting. Like, you're making me feel seen and, that you're actually rocking with me. So, I get super toasted. Like, literally to the point where he actually recorded a video of him carrying me up the stairs. So I wake up the next morning. I'm super duper embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I'm so embarrassed. I appreciate you for even staying. And he's like, yeah, I've never seen anybody like get, effed up like that. But, I get it. And I'm rocking with you, whatever. So, being that I ended up getting so intoxicated for Cinco de Mayo, I ended up getting makeup and like getting my couch dirty, basically. And I have a cream color couch. So the next day, I'm up, I'm moving around, and we're on the phone and I'm telling him like, damn, I'm so upset about this couch, So he's like, oh, check your phone. So I check my phone. He sends me, either $200 or $300 to get my couch fixed. So once again, I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it.
See, this is the type of shout out to all my niggas that be doing shit like this. I would never do this ever in life. I'm trying to spend as less money as possible, you feel me, until I know if you fucking with me for real. I don't give a fuck about your couch, you see what I'm saying? But that's how niggas be winning them over and shit. I'm just saying, I don't be doing no shit like that, you feel me? But shout out to my boy. That's what's up. That was real nice of you.
So, like I said, this guy, he gets so good with like just showing up with anything that I mention. I just gotta mention it one time. He's gonna show up with it. I just have to say I like something one time. Like, he's gonna remember it. Like, he was so attentive with every detail about me, like all the way down to my Whataburger order. Like, one day we go out for drinks. We're in line at Whataburger. So he doesn't even ask me like, oh, do you want anything? As soon as he pulls up to the window, he immediately starts ordering. And then he's like, oh, then like at the end of him putting in this fucking huge order, he's like, oh, like, did you want anything? In my mind, I kind of got an attitude because I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, we came to get food. You didn't even ask me what I wanted until the very end after you put in this massive order. I'm like, don't even worry about it. But in the midst of when we get to the window, he asks them to repeat the order back to him. And so when they repeat the order, when I say like no exaggeration, He executed my exact burger the exact way that I wanted, and I'm very particular. All the way down to the drink and the light ice. The nigga was good. He was.
See, she had got an attitude first. Hey, I need to step my fucking game up. I gotta start remembering y'all orders and shit. Pull up to the window. Oh, boo, boo, boo. You know what I'm saying? My boy Smooth. That nigga knew exactly what she wanted on her burger. What the fuck? Mecca May, what's going on? Welcome to the live. We live. You feel me? Alright, we up.
Alrighty, guys. So this is part 3 of my summer fling turned out to be my worst fucking nightmare. Alrighty, so just to get right back on into it, like I said, this guy is attentive. You just got to mention something one time and he's going to show up with it. Not only that, he's being extremely respectful. He's not making any type of like sexual advances or anything like that. And for me personally, I don't know about y'all, but when a guy isn't like asking for it or forcing it, that make me kind of want to give it to you a little bit more. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger.
Hey, that's me. You can come over, we can Netflix and chill, we can cuddle and all that. I ain't gonna try to get no pussy unless you show me you want me to, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm down for it. But you know what I'm saying? That's my boy. I like that.
So at this point it's mid-May. You know, my birthday's coming up. My birthday's May 22nd. So he's asking me, you know, like, what is it that you want for your birthday? You know, he's like, send me a list of the things that you want for your birthday. My birthday comes around. Everything that I mentioned that I wanted for my birthday, he shows up with it. He gives me like this huge bouquet of 300 roses. Buddy shows up and shows out for the birthday. So after my birthday, you know, we are damn near together every day, just to be transparent. So at this point, he's leaving my house to like go to work. After work, he'll like call like, hey, like, have you had dinner? Let's do dinner tonight. Okay, cool. So either we would meet up for dinner or he would get groceries and he would come back here and cook. Like, I wouldn't have to lift a finger. Either if we weren't meeting up for dinner, we were having dinner at the crib. And this happened.
Y'all think he gaslighting the fuck out of her? He going crazy. He going crazy. See, I ain't trying to gaslight you. Look, even like opening doors, like, yo, listen, real quick. I'm sorry, I gotta pause this shit. But like, I ain't the type to like, cause that's fake. Like, I ain't gonna be opening your door every single time. So if I meet you, like, so I pulled up to a girl house. It was like a couple of months ago. Boom, I pulled up to her house. I ain't get out the car and open her door. Like, I pulled up to her crib and she outside looking stupid. So I raised the window down. I'm like, get in. She like, you not gonna get out and open my door? I'm like, I'm already in the fucking car. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you think you're gonna be fucking with me, I'm gonna open your door. Nigga, look, I seen a nigga outside the other day. He got out the car. They about to go in the apartment. He get out the car, go around, open the door for his girl, and then they go in the house. Listen, I'm not doing that shit every time. I'm not about to gaslight you. I could do that, fake it when I first meet you type shit, but I'm not about to keep doing that shit. You feel me? It's fake. I'm not fucking opening your door every single time we get in the car. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do this shit. Doors, like, nigga, restaurants and shit, yes, but car doors and shit, bro. And then, this the kicker, y'all. It started raining hard as hell outside, right? Raining hard as a motherfucker outside. I brought the door shit up. I say, so damn, so I ain't had no problem when we leave, I don't got no problem opening your door, like, but I'm like, damn, it's raining hard as hell. Like, you still want me to open your door? She like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? This bitch selfish. This bitch selfish to me. Like, you don't give a fuck about me getting wet? You see what I'm saying? Like, the shit is crazy out here, y'all. For real. But I'm not gaslighting you, because I'm not going to keep that shit up. That shit fake. You know what I'm saying? But we going to see if my boy keep this shit up. You think it should be a for sure thing in the beginning, not when you deep in? Like, okay, see, but why I'm going to even start this fake shit? I can't even, you know what I'm saying? If your door is closer to me when we walk out the store, I'm going to open that motherfucker. But if I got to do some extra shit, it's hot as hell outside, man, fuck that. Open your own door, bro. Stop fucking playing.
Became repetitive. We were doing this almost every day. And he would leave from here. Like, he would stay the night. He would leave from here and go to work. So at this point, this is where the intimacy had started. So we're being intimate. You know, it's great. Everything is great. So come, I believe like in June, it's like steak and BJ day. It's something like that. But I was like, I ended up asking him, I'm like, okay, well, you know, let's go to Steak 48. I ended up mentioning it again, well, let's go to Steak 48 this time. So he's like, well, you know what? I'm actually down for Steak 48 because I've never been. Okay. So I said at that time, it had kind of caught me off guard. And I was like, wait, you never been? I was like, not Mr. Takeout. I get it for takeout. I ain't never been. So we laughed it off. He tried to say like, oh, I thought you were referring to some other place, not Steak 48, because I've never had Steak 48. Whatever. Okay, we moved past that. So, like I said, time is progressing. We're, practically together every day. On one in particular day, I'm scrolling on Instagram, and the his most recent ex that he told me about comes up on my For You page. And I'm like, wait, is this the girl? So I click on it, and a woman being a woman, I start doing my little investigation. You know how like somebody has like their highlights in their bio. So, I'm looking at her highlights or whatever, and this girl is kind of like one of those like creators to where like their content is lifestyle content. So this girl is like cooking and cleaning. So everything that you told me about, oh, she didn't cook, she didn't clean. Okay, now is not really adding up, because that's not what this is presented to be. You know what I mean? So I asked him about it. He turns around and says like, oh, like, okay, like that wasn't the truth. Like the whole cooking and cleaning thing wasn't really true. Really what was the truth was, initially when we first started dating, she told me that she didn't have any kids. Eventually, like the kids had to come back from Qatar with their dad. And so when she had told me like, oh, my kids are coming back from Qatar, that kind of made me fall back a little bit, because it was like 7 months we were dating. She had never mentioned any kids. Now all of a sudden the kids are coming back from Qatar, and I'm not a dad. I've never, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ready for kids. I'm not ready to play step parent. And whenever I do decide to make that step, I want to create my own family.
Yo, I like the way my nigga cleaned that shit up, but I ain't gonna lie to you. If this vice versa, to me, this bitch is a liar. You see what I'm saying? Because you told me one story, and now you bringing up some other shit. This shit sound good, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all, I be catching red flags early. Boom, I automatically boom. This bitch a liar. Automatically. Don't leave nothing out the story when you talking to me. You see what I'm saying? I be trying to catch motherfuckers in lies. Quick! Y'all gotta be quick with this shit. I eliminate them. I get this shit. I get the fuck on quick, boy. I don't be playing.
So, I totally understood where he was coming from. It did kind of rub me the wrong way, because it's like, okay, this is the second lie that I've caught you in, and it's a kind of petty lie. You know what I mean? But okay, whatever. I'm not harping too much on it, because it's also not that big of a deal. But it is kind of strange.
Man, that's a big deal to me. I caught you lying one time. Oh, let alone twice. Oh, it's over for you. You feel me? I just want some pussy now. You feel me? I don't even want them. I ain't trying to take you serious. None of that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I be catching this shit quick, y'all. I'm good at this shit, boy.
So, of course, like I said, we're vibing every day. At this point, we're starting to slowly approach mid-June, right? So we're from mid-May to mid-June. And at this point, we're damn near together every day. Yeah. So wait. Before we move forward, I also want to mention that mid-June, he shows up with a huge bouquet of 400 roses and sunflowers. Mind you, one of my favorite flowers is a sunflower, with a burning center, like you light it and it burns, that says, will you be my girlfriend? So at this point, he's ready to make me his girlfriend. He's been caught in these little bullshit little lies, but I don't know. I'm still rocking with him. I didn't agree to be his girlfriend, but I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. It's different. I'm fucking with the kid.
That's what's up. He cleaned that shit up quick. That nigga lied and then said, hey man, she got kids that she ain't tell me about type shit. What the fuck, man? You lied to me. It's over with for you. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Okay, so we're at part 4 of my summer fling. Turned out to be my worst nightmare. All right, so getting right back into where we left off at. So at this point, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I didn't confirm or deny, but it is very clear that we are, really fucking with each other. Like I said, we're together.
Yo, I'm so petty. I stopped. Yo, I'm so petty. I stopped talking to a motherfucker because they told me they was one age but they was 1 year older. I'm like, this bitch a liar. Stop talking to her.
Every day. He's coming over every day. On his way home from like when he would get off work prior to coming here, he would say like, "Hey, I'm gonna stop at my house really quick, get a change of clothes, or I'm gonna do laundry really quick, put the trash out." I haven't really been there much. So I think some of the food in my fridge is probably going bad. I just need to make sure the house is copacetic. So, in the midst of that conversation, I was like, well, dang, you basically been leaving work and coming straight here. I was like, I'm sure like everything is probably quite bad at your house. And he was like, no, for what it's worth, like my mom lives in the area and, we talk daily. So, she's come over, a couple of times just to, make sure the house is good. But the apartment that I live in, I really don't have to worry about, much of anything, kind of like yours. And I was like, oh, okay. So, left that alone. That night, when he ended up eventually coming over, he ended up making uh, a comment about his truck. So his truck was, parked outside, and I guess when he had come back out to it, there was a scratch or something on the truck. So he's like, he's upset about it. He's like, man, I paid $50,000 cash for this truck. Like they got me effed up. Like whoever did this gonna have to see me because it looked like it was actually like a key, like somebody had keyed the truck. Um, and so what I do, just to kind of put it in perspective, I do live out in the Katy area, and as things are building up over here, them YNs be outside. And the type of truck that he drives, it's a commonly stolen truck. So he was like, well, I need to get a steering wheel lock, so just in case anything ever happens to my truck, they basically ain't gonna get too far, like, or whatever. So he gets a steering wheel lock, and so at this point he's putting the steering wheel lock on his car. Um, and he's pretty much good. So as time has progressed, like I said, he's coming over every day. Anybody who knows me knows like I'm the type of person that like eventually I'm gonna need my space. Like I enjoy intimacy, I enjoy spending quality time, but I also need my space. So I sit him down and I'm like, hey Steve, I'm really enjoying like all of the time that we're spending. But I would like a little space. You know what I mean? Like maybe 1 week off, I see you next week. But we went from seeing each other twice a week to seeing each other practically every day. And for me personally, that could be quite draining. So when we had that conversation, he kind of like kind of clammed up a little bit, like, and you can kind of tell he's like, okay, well, like I'll give you your space, but like, I really do enjoy being around you, and I've just really become very attached to you. And he's like, I've kind of discovered over the years that I have a little bit of a oh, what is it called? Not an avoidant attachment, but basically like you have like a like you just get attached to people and you get really clingy and like is it like an anxious attachment? I think that's exactly what it is. Okay. He said like I've discovered over the years like I developed like an anxious attachment style, like relationship style or whatever. And like I've really been enjoying this, so it's really gonna bother me to be away from you. And more than anything, I just don't want another man to be in my place. And in hindsight, I'm like, well, yeah, I totally understand that, but I'm one of those people like the harder you pull, the more I'm gonna push, if that makes sense. So we had a really in-depth conversation. I explained that to him. He said that he totally understood. And from there, I had started to see, a little bit of progress where, he would leave for a day, but then he would come back the next day or like, ask like, oh, can we do dinner or whatever? And it was like every other day he would like try to, come back and be around me, which was initially okay at first, but then it's like, no, I don't think you're actually respecting my boundary of I need my space. And so outside of the boundary of like me needing my space, I'm also looking at it like, okay, like we spend so much time at my house, like let's spend some of the days at yours. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like let's spend some of the days at yours. So when I brought that to his attention, he like, oh yeah, that's not a problem. Like we can always like go to my place. Like I just figured that your job is closer to your house. So I was making it more convenient for you. Like I don't mind driving to and from. Mind you, he lives out in the Galleria area. I'm in Katy. So in traffic, that's easily an hour and 30 minutes. So he's like, yeah, I'm just basically trying to make it convenient for you. But if you want to start, coming over to my house, no problem. You stay the word, we can do it.
Okay, hang time say what you mean space. If you can't handle being with him daily, you're still going to get married. Yeah. What y'all talking about? You said Ray is the principal. What's the principal? I forgot what we was talking about. He said, I would not mind my man wanting to spend his free time with me. That's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, you know what I'm saying? If you like me, you know what I'm saying? I need you to be trying to come over my crib. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. If you ain't trying to come over my crib and hang out with me and shit, man, like, I'm not trying to go out every day and goddamn, let's come to the crib and let's chill, let's vibe for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Let's spark up a conversation type shit, you know? I ain't with that all that going out and shit. That's what I be saying. You know what I'm saying? That shit, I'm not with all that shit. But I do want you to be around me and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like want to be around me and shit. But she say he was coming over her house every goddamn day.
Okay, so this is part 5 of how my summer fling turned into my worst fucking nightmare. So last thing that we said was that he agreed that I can come to his place. Like it's not an issue. I don't even know why you would question it being an issue. I just thought that I was making things more convenient for you, which is the perspective that he was giving me. So I'm like, okay, cool. But every time I would kind of mention going to his place, it would he would always kind of veer off for whatever reason. So at this point, it's starting to make me fucking raise an eyebrow because I'm like, okay, something's up. First, you gave me the green light like it was all good. Now, every time that I'm saying, okay, let's do it, you're avoiding it for whatever reason. So let's be mindful. Let's just go back a little bit and just think. Mind you, we started this April 1st. Now here we are, beginning of July. And of course, it's so easy on the outside looking in to say like, oh, like it was clear as day, but it's not clear as day when you're in the midst of it. So from April to now, I have never been to his place. He's invited me like, oh, you could come, but never brought me. So here we are, July 12th. And I said, you know what? He's saying it's so okay for me to come to his house. I'm going to put together a plan where it's like he's going to have to take me to his house. So this in particular day, I ended up asking him like, hey, I really need to get an oil change and my tires done on my car. So do you mind dropping me off to work while all of that
Yo, Darnisha did say it. She said he ain't got no crib.
gets done? So he agrees. So this in particular night, we had planned to, do dinner inside. I can't really remember what the meal was, but I know that shrimp was involved. So follow me. So I'm at work and I'm like, yeah, nah, I got this plan. Like, I already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to see what's up with that place today. So he comes and he picks me up. But mind you, before he picks me up, I text him like, oh, did you get the groceries? All this and that. So he's like, yeah, I got everything. Basically, like I stopped at the grocery before coming to get you. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I get in the car and I start making small talk like, oh, how was your day? He was like, oh, it was good. He kind of gives me a brief synopsis of what his day looked like. I was like, okay, well, I figured like we can just go have dinner at your place. So, the groceries that we have, we're just going to take them to your place. So he was like, oh, damn, babe, like you wanted to go tonight? I was like, yeah, I don't see the problem with that. He was like, well, it is getting kind of late and, I have to be up early in the morning. I'm like, well, we always go to bed rather late whenever you stay the night. So this wouldn't make any difference. So he's like, okay, that's fine. Like we can go to my place. Okay, cool. So as we're driving, as he's driving, I'm in the passenger seat. He's still driving towards my house. So I'm on my phone and I'm peeping, but I'm not saying anything until at some point I said, okay, well, where are you headed? And he's like, oh, I'm headed to your house. I was like, for what? He was like, oh, I had left my key. He said, I left my key in my bag inside of your house, so I have to get it. So I'm like, okay. So he pulls up and he like backs his car in, like get comfortable. Not even like pull up in the front, let me hop out the car and run up real quick. No, he backs the car in and everything. So I stay in the passenger seat. And I said, okay, well, go up and get your key or go up and get whatever you need. And I'll be out here waiting. So he goes up.
Oh shit, let's see what he gonna come up with for this one. Let's see.
I'm outside in the car. At this point, I've probably been in the car for every bit of 3 to 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, if you're just running up to go grab something, a key or whatever the case may be, it doesn't take you that long. So I said, okay, well, I'm about to go upstairs and see what the hell he has going on. So I come upstairs, come inside. He has my refrigerator open, but he's on the phone. So, so he's on the phone talking to somebody, but like, he's one of those.
Oh, he probably got a girl at the crib, you think? Or he ain't got no crib. Which one y'all going with?
Those people that like, he's not a very argumentative person. Like, he's not a very argumentative person, but he's also not very soft-spoken on the regular. But at this time, while he's on the phone, he's talking real soft, and you can kind of tell that he's like trying to explain. So I act as if like I'm not paying attention to anything he's doing. I come in as if like I'm just going to go use the restroom. So I go use the restroom, and I come back out. He's still talking on the phone. But he's like, yeah, mom, yeah, we were just supposed to be, we're just going to be making XYZ for dinner. That's what we're going to be cooking. But at this point, it's like, okay, when I came in, it seemed like the conversation was on one thing, but now it's like you're trying to like deter it to, like now you're trying to talk in code, basically, right? So I stand there for a brief moment and I look at him and I'm like, you know how you mouth to somebody like, what are you doing? But they're on the phone. So you don't just verbally like get loud. Like, what are you doing? So I said like, what? And he was like, this my mom. Just give me 1 second.
Yo, Darnisha and everything and everyone, y'all both on point, boy. Y'all going crazy.
So I was like, okay. I said, well, I'll be in the car waiting for you. So, of course, mind you, when I first got out the car, initially, he had gotten out the car before me, so he didn't put the steering wheel lock on. The windows were kind of cracked, like the car isn't locked up at this point, right? So I go back down, and instead of sitting in the car, I go and sit out on a bench in our little common area in my complex. So I get on the phone with a friend of mine. At this point, me and my friend, we get deep into our conversation. So I'm on the phone. By the time I actually realized how long I was sitting out there, I looked at the phone and I saw that I had been on the phone for every bit of 20 minutes. He hasn't come down the stairs. I didn't see him come down the stairs. He didn't call me or text me like, where are you? Nothing. So I tell my friend like, hey, let me give you a call right back. And I walk around to where his car is. As I walk around to the car is locked up. Like the windows are up, the steering wheel lock is on. And
yo, that nigga upstairs on the couch.
And he hasn't called her anything. So I called him while I'm still downstairs and I'm like, hey, like, where are you? And he was like, I came back upstairs to peel these shrimp. So I'm like, and I'm so sorry, y'all gotta pardon me because it's quite hilarious now. But he was like, I came back upstairs to peel these shrimp. And I was like, well, why are you peeling the shrimp here when we're going to your house? And he was like, he like kind of did like a deep sigh. I was like, babe, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I really don't mind taking you, but like my house is a mess, like, and I'm so tired. Like, can we just go tomorrow? Like, I promise I'll take you tomorrow. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I come back upstairs, I come sit at the bar, and I'm like, okay, Steve, what's up? Because something is going on with this place. Clearly, there's a reason why you don't want to take me there. You're doing too much avoiding and trying to dance around it. What's up? So he's like, okay, this is really what it is. You know, like, my apartment really isn't the best. Like, I kind of live in the hood, and I'm just kind of embarrassed to take you there, to be honest with you. And yeah, he was like, I'm kind of embarrassed to take you there. You know, I deem you to be like basically too good to be in some apartments like that. So I really don't want to take you there. So I'm like, I hear you, but nah, brother. Like, no.
Nah, brother, man. You's a liar. You feel me?
Now we've come to part 6 of my summer fling turned into my worst fucking nightmare. All right, so now we're at a place where I've confronted him about his place. I'm like, okay, something isn't right. Let me know what's up. So he said, oh, I feel like you're too good to be there. I'm not buying that. But at this point, it is getting late. I do have work in the morning. I don't want to keep going back.
Nigga, you got a $50,000 truck and you live in the hood. Remember, he said that truck cost $50,000.
Back and forth about it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put a pin in it. And tomorrow, I'm on it. So the next day rolls around. And so while I'm at work, he gets off of work while I'm at work. So he calls me and he's like, hey, is it okay if I like go to your house? And I was like, well, I'm not there, but I do have the ability to unlock the door from my phone. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, nigga, we still going to that house today. So yeah, pull up. So I unlock the door from my phone. I allow him to come in. By the time I get off, I walk in here, the lights are dim. He got candles going, rose petals from the front door all the way to the bedroom, from the bedroom to the bathroom, to the tub filled up with bath water and rose petals all in it. And he's in the kitchen cooking. So, of course I walk in, I'm very appreciative. I'm like, oh my God, that's so nice. But I'm also like, nigga, I'm on to your shit. So I go ahead, I ended up bartending this day too. So I ended up going ahead and getting into the bath water. It wasn't ran for nothing. But after I get out, I'm on 10, cause I'm like, okay, what's up? So I come into I go into the bedroom and I'm sitting in the bed and I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on my bed. So he's sitting on the floor. And we're talking, but at this point we're just having small talk. So I'm like, okay, Steve, let me know what's up, with this whole apartment thing. Are you going to be taking me to your place today or not? I'm not going to keep playing with you. I'm tired of the runaround. What's up? So he's like, okay, I'm ready to just be honest now. So, I did lie about having my own place. I actually don't have my own place. Me and my homeboy that I had to go bond out of jail on May 1st, we actually have a place together. When I bonded him out, of course, ninjas be on the same shit or whatever. So he was like, people be in and out, females in and out the crib. I wasn't really feeling that no more. And, being that I really do want to take this serious, I didn't want to bring you around anything that was going to jeopardize what we have or what this could be. And he's like, and in hindsight, the lease is up on August 1st. So I pull out my phone and I look at the calendar and I'm like, August 1st. All I know is whatever day it was of the week, it was a week from whatever day August 1st was. So I'm like, so when did you plan to move your things? Or when are you moving into your new place? And he was like, well, I didn't basically want to verbally tell you because I was going to basically simultaneously move into my own spot, basically before you could even question it in a roundabout way is what he said. So at this point, I'm like, okay, well, I said, okay, so how are y'all paying rent? And he was like, I just sent him some money the other day for rent. And I said, well, how did you send him money? At this point, my detective had his own, and I'm asking every question because I'm done with the BS. So I'm like, okay, why would you just pay him on? I was like, why would you just pay him on whatever day it was, which we're approaching the 1st, if their lease is up on the 1st and y'all are moving out? Anybody that's lived in an apartment knows you pay for the month that you're going to be living in. I'm not going to pay you for last month unless I'm trying to pay to stay here or whatever the case may be. So I said, okay, well, if you send him money, because he said, I send bro money for whatever. I said, well, if you send him money, let me see. So he pulls out his phone. He's scrolling through the messages as if he's trying to find the messages. I just sighed. I said, Steve, because at this point, you're lying. So he just automatically gets up. Mind you, this isn't a small guy. He's a big dude, big, tall, got a little weight on him, not fat, but he's a big guy. So he immediately gets up off the floor and walks out, grabs his keys and walks out the door.
Yo, Steve, mad as hell about that shit, boy.
So I'm sitting there what the fuck just happened? So as I'm still sitting there in the middle of the bed, I'm kind of lost because he literally just got up and stormed out in the middle of the conversation. And I get up and I walk out, like out into the living room, because I'm like, well, damn, did he leave? Like, did he take all his stuff? But his bag is still here. He just took his car keys and he walked out the door. Mind you, he just made dinner. So I'm like, I don't know what he got going on, but it's weird. I'm finna make my food. So I make me a plate. I start to eat. At this point, I've damn near cleared my plate. So he's been gone out of the house for every bit of like 20 to 30 minutes. So as I'm sitting there, I'm like cleaning my plate. I'm watching something on my iPad or something. I'm watching something on my iPad. He storms back in the door and he said, okay, so I talked to my homeboy and he said, I looked, I said, oh, I didn't even realize you walked outside. I was like, where'd you even go? I didn't even realize you walked outside. At this point, I completely changed the conversation because it's like, I don't want to hear that. If you actually went to go call your friend, you wouldn't storm outside and then come back and tell me what he said, right?
That nigga tried to go out and calibrate a lie in his head. He had to go out there and get that shit together real quick, and then he came back in with one. My boy be lying his ass off. She got to be done with him after this one for sure. You see what I'm saying? He done got caught in 2 baby lies. And then, you know what I'm saying? Now you done got caught. You ain't got no place to stay for real. But you do drive that $50,000 truck that you paid for cash, nigga. Oh, shit. Damn, she done caught you, bro. Fuck. Steve, you might as well just come clean, my guy.
Guys, this is part 7 of my summer fling that turned into my worst fucking nightmare. So just to jump right back on into it, the last part that I left off at was he's trying to...
Hey, look, this is where all this gaslighting and shit come from. That nigga was doing everything in the book. You feel me? He should have been saving that fucking money to buy his own crib. Unless he lived with a girl or some shit. Got to be something like that, man.
Tell me this dream about he just went out to go talk to his homeboy. He comes back and tries to explain like, oh, he said that it was a prorated rent. Come on now. So at this point, I'm like, you know what? I just need you to leave because I don't want to keep trying to dissect what this is and what this isn't. Just get your things and leave. So at this point, he's trying to explain like, I promise, like, I swear to God, I'm not lying. I swear I'm telling you the truth. Actually, I'm gonna make this part 7 and 8. I'm gonna try, but this is where shit starts to get insane. So I'm like, just pack your shit, like, just, you know, get your shit and leave. So at this point, he's at the door. He has all his stuff in his hand, like literally he has like 2 big ass trash bags, but like no bullshit, y'all, I don't even know when he brought all that shit to my house, honestly. So he leaves out. At this point, he's like sending me these long ass paragraphs like, please just like talk to me, just hear me out, like I really just don't want to lose this, like this has meant so much to me, like I just want to, you know, find any way to make this work, please just give me a chance, just hear me out. So we end up getting on the phone. I actually get on the phone with him, and at this point I'm just like laying down all his lies. I'm like, from the steak 48, I'm like, to the to your ex-girlfriend, you say this was the reason y'all broke up, then it turned into this. I'm like, so what's up with that? So I'm basically like laying out all the little lies, regardless, big or small, that I've just like encountered. So when we get on the ex situation, I'm like, okay, so you say that she didn't cook and clean, then it turned into kids. I'm like, so which one is it? So he's like, no, it's the kid situation. I said, okay, so if I write her right now on Instagram, she's gonna tell me the same thing. I'm calling his bluff because I'm not about to write this damn girl. So he's like, yeah, you can write her. I said, are you sure? Because I got her messages, I got her name pulled up right now. I'm about to write her right now. He said, well, yeah, unless she might say she don't know me. So I'm like, why would she say she don't?
Yo, I just thought about that shit. I was like, bro, he don't even know that fucking girl. The girl that he showed that he was with, he probably just wanted to show her like, oh, I can get a bad bitch type shit. I knew it. That nigga don't even know that girl. That's crazy. That nigga just a compulsive liar.
Know you if she knows you. I don't know. Maybe she might say she don't know me. Steve, okay, I'm finna write this girl right now. Like, is she gonna say, does she know you, does she not? Okay, so I really didn't date her for 7 months. I only dated her for a week. You know what? Actually, I didn't even date her for a week. I pulled up on her. She started asking me for money, basically saying like I had to pay for her time. I wasn't really, messing with that. So, I basically just said, I'm not messing with that, and I just stopped talking to her. So I'm like, okay, so really, who are you? Like, it's not even the fact that your exes are important, but you just said you were with this person for 7 months. Okay, you weren't with this person for 7 months. So who are you? Like, literally, I would question if your name was Steve had we not went to high school together. So at this point, he's like, okay, so I really dated this girl named, let's just say this girl named Stephanie. I really dated Stephanie for 7 months, and it was actually a year ago. It really wasn't that deep. I've really been single this whole time. Like, I just didn't want to make it seem like I didn't have nothing going on. At this point, he says, okay, he actually lives with his mom at this point.
Oh shit! Somebody said that in the comments. My boy live with his mama. My boy living with his mama. My boy living with his mama, folks. Yo, 4749 ENT, how much you paid? What the fuck is you talking about? I ain't paid nobody a motherfucking thing. I don't know what you talking about.
When his homeboy got out of jail, they weren't seeing eye to eye. So basically, he packed all his stuff and moved it to his mom's house. And so at this point, he's traveling from between my house and his mom's house. So at this point, I'm T, because I'm like, oh, so nigga, you was trying to use me for a place to stay. So he's like, no, like, I really wasn't trying to use you for a place to stay. Like, I really was in the process of like really trying to get my own place. But, in the midst of it, you had everything going on. I didn't want to make it seem like I didn't have anything going on. So that's why I told these lies. Okay, or whatever. So I'm not going to lie. Like, the soft part of me actually, like, after talking to like my guy friends, like I said, we went to high school together, so we know some of the same people. After talking to some of my guy friends, they're like, they're making me feel bad for him. They're like, well, Amaya, sometimes it's really hard and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so mind you, like I said before, this was at the beginning of August. At this point, he's back at his mom's house. We're still in communication, like over the phone, but he's not really coming over to visit. But at this point, he's still begging and pleading, asking for me to get to like let me back in his good graces. So it probably goes on for a good week or so, or maybe a good 2 weeks of that. No, maybe a good week or so. So then after a good week, like, okay, I'm letting him take me back out on dates. Like, I don't know, like, I was still kind of enjoying him. In my mind, I'm looking at it like, okay, like, damn, it's fucked up. He didn't have his, stuff together, but shit, sometimes we're on top of the world one day, you can be under that motherfucker the next. So it's like, I didn't want to fully judge him on that, although I'm like still giving him the side, and I'm like, okay, he's a liar. I'm also kind of looking at it like, damn, he just kind of needs to get his stuff together.
Hey man, as a grown ass man, I'm riding around in a $50,000 truck. Fuck that $50,000 truck. I'm selling that bitch. You remember, he said he paid cash. I'm selling that bitch and I'm getting me an apartment. Fuck that.
Okay, so at this point, like I said, we're back on dates, whatever, right? So at this point, let's just say he goes on the road with his cousin. So typically, like, the job that he was working was like a blue collar job, but at this point he's trying to like get his CDL. One of his family members is a truck driver, and he basically was like, well, come on the road with me, I'll show you the ropes. And so, whenever you do get your CDL, you'll pretty much already know what to do, and you could be out on your own. So this was August 14th. He goes on the road with his cousin. They're on the road for 24 hours. August 15th, he asks me like, hey, this is where he's dropping me off at. Can you come pick me up? Cool. I go pick him up. So I go pick him up. So that night, okay, so I'm so sorry. Let's pause. Okay, so that night when I go pick him up from the truck, he's like, at this point, like, I still needed to get my oil change, because remember, I had lied and told him like, oh, like, I needed, to get an oil change, this, that, and the third on my car. But in actuality, that was just for me to get him to like take me to his house. So anyway, at this point, I need to get an oil change on my car. So he says that he's going to do the oil change on my car. Okay, bet. So as he's changing the oil, he's using his phone as a flashlight. But at some point he ends up putting the phone in the pocket. So as he put his phone in his pocket, the phone keeps falling out. So he's like, babe, can you hold my phone for me? Because it keeps falling. This silly motherfucker hands me the phone, unlocked on the messages. So at this point, you've already told me so many lies, but I can't even lie to you guys. He was so up my ass. I didn't fathom what I was about to see in this phone. So, as I'm going through the messages, I see a few names. It looks like BS. I come across this one name. It says, Lil K. So I'm reading the messages between him and Lil K. It's BS. It's like, oh, hop on the game. Oh, you cap. Like, oh, I thought you were getting on. Are you free? Can you talk? So I'm reading these, and at some point it's like, okay, I could tell this is a woman, but I don't know who this is. So of course on iPhone you can click information to see the pictures. I scroll in the pictures. All I see is coochie, titties, ass, crazy. I keep scrolling to see the face. It's Kim from high school. It's Kim from high school, guys.
Oh shit, she done took her man back. Y'all remember that from the beginning. She done took her man back. Yo, my boy crazy. That nigga lied and said I paid cash, $50,000 cash for the truck. He trying to flex. Hell no. Hell no, bro. Y'all remember Kim, right? From the beginning. It's fucking Kim. She took Kim. Remember, she took him from Kim ass back in high school. Kim goddamn busting it open in the motherfucking pictures and shit. God damn. Hey, that nigga, hey, listen. Man, niggas, we be doing some stupid shit. That nigga handed the fucking phone to her. That nigga... Yo, imagine this shit, though. This nigga up under the car with the light. He trying to change the motherfucking... He trying to change the motherfucking oil. He get a motherfucking phone to the girl. Like, hold the light for me. She holding the light and looking through the nigga messages. Hell fucking no.
So, this is part 9 of my summer fling that turned into my worst fucking nightmare. So first and foremost, I do want to address a couple of things because a lot of people are like, oh, just get to the point. If you're starting here, I need you to go all the way back because now I'm about to fully connect the dots. Just understand there's not one single thing that I've said that is irrelevant to what I'm about to say now. Okay, so getting right back into it. At this point, I see the messages. It's Kim from high school, right? So I'm like, so at this point, he notices that I have the phone. So he's like, oh, can I see my phone? So I'm like, oh yeah, this what you want? Oh yeah. So he tries to get the phone or whatever. I ended up giving him the phone back. And so we're like having a little dialogue. I'm like, you know what? Give me that fucking phone. So I take the phone and his face ID. This silly motherfucker gonna stand there and let me put the phone back up to his face. So I put the phone back up to his face. And now at this point, I'm thoroughly reading the messages. So him and Kim started back talking on August 4th. Mind you, I just had put him basically out of my place a week prior to August 1st. So in the midst of the dialogue, you know, they talking about a bunch of BS, catching up, whatever. As he's on the road, he's telling Kim, oh yeah, I'm a truck driver. I'm gonna basically all of these things that he wants to do with and for her. So now I guess he's trying to find his next victim to go crash on his next couch. So okay, I'm like, all right, whatever, right? So I go out of those messages. I start back scrolling. I see a message from the number in the name on the phone just said ST. So in the messages, it said, it was only 3 messages in there. One of them said, oh, I know when they can't answer their phone at night. I know what's up. The next message said, I hope y'all have a good life. Take care. So I'm like, okay, so who is this? So he's like, I don't know. I said, you have the number saved under ST. You don't know who this is? He says, no, I don't know who that is. I call it. I called the number. So the phone is ringing. He's just standing there as the phone rings. As the woman says hello, then this is when he starts to try to tussle me for the phone. Brother, back up. So I'm like, hey, who's this? She says, this is Stephanie. Who's this? I said, oh, this is Amaya. She said, oh, his ex? I said, yeah, from high school. She said, yeah, I know all about you. And I said, you're Stephanie, his ex from 7 months from a year ago? She said, 7 months? I was with Steve for 8 years. We just broke up in April. So I am floored. I'm like, I'm holding the phone and I'm looking at him. I'm like, 8 years? Y'all just broke up in April? What? So he's like, she's lying. And at this point, he's in the background. She's lying. We were only together for 7 months. So, I honestly, it all happened so fast. I believe he ended up snatching the phone at this point. No. Let's digress. So at some point, I end up walking off because we're outside. We're in my complex. We're outside. But like, it's not like a scene, but it's kind of like if somebody was watching, you could be like, what the hell they got going on? So at some point, I ended up walking off with the phones in my hand. So he's like, come back with my phone. So at some point, I ended up hanging up with her and she starts texting at this point. So she's like, okay, I'm so sorry. Let me pause. Let me rewind. So on the phone, in the midst of her saying we were together for 8 years, we just broke up in April. He's saying like, oh, you're lying. It's only been 7 months. She's like, no, he's been paying rent here. We've been living in this apartment. He just up and left in April. He's been solely paying the rent here all this time. So, okay, fast forward. I'm walking into the house. I get into the house. I ended up getting off the phone with her. At this point, I end up sending her. She's like talking shit over text message. But I'm like, girl, I ain't really trying to hear that. She like, oh, I got proof. I can send you proof. So I text her my number and I say, send the proof to this number. So, at this point, I told her, send the proof to this number. I end up giving his phone, nigga, take your shit, bye. I don't even have nothing to say to you. I don't need you to fix nothing, do nothing, brother. I need you away from me because you on some other shit. So, she texts me and she's like, what's up? And so, she's like, she starts sending me pictures of like dates of like from 2019, basically trying to prove that they've like been together. So in the midst of her texting me, I'm like, hey girl, like instead of texting me, can you call me? Because all of this texting at this point, cut the bullshit. I need the real deal Holyfield now, right?
Yo, my boy Steve is a wild boy. That's why I told y'all, boy, you lie to me one time about something, it don't give a fuck what it is. I told y'all, a bitch lied to me and told me she was fucking 34 and she was 35. I stopped talking to her. Straight up, like, I'm dead ass serious.
So this is part 10 of my summer fling turned out to be my worst fucking nightmare. So now at this point, I'm on the phone with the ex, Stephanie. And so immediately when we get on the phone, she kind of comes off like, you know, kind of rah-rah. So like I kind of interrupt her and I'm like, hey, like just to let you know, like this isn't that. You know what I mean? Like the only reason why I'm coming to you is because like out of the 4 months of chaos, this will 9 times out of 10 be the most truth that I've gotten since. So, and I'm like, just start, you know, y'all said y'all broke up in April. Let's just kind of start there. So she kind of goes through the process of like telling me, you know, the 10 year of their relationship. She goes on to say that at some point they lived in a hotel. They lived at her grandmother's house for years. And they just had moved into this new place. They've been living at this new place for 2 years. She says that she doesn't work. He's been solely paying all of the bills. And, in the month of April, he started to act a little funny. So she's like, he starts to act funny and he ups and leaves. She said he ups and leaves me with $800 left to pay on the rent. She's like, and I could send you proof. I could call the office on 3-way so they can tell you that he's been paying the rent. So of course I don't need the proof, but anywho, she said he leaves her with $800 left to pay on.
Hey, well, we can't act like my nigga Steve ain't getting no money, though. Nigga riding around in that $50,000 truck. He paying rent. You feel me?
On the rent. She says out of her mouth, I had to go sell my to get the money. And
oh, shit. She said she had to go sell that pussy to go get that money. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
She's like, well, I'm a hustler, so if I gotta go do what I gotta do, like, he know what's up. So, then she goes on to say, so after he up and left, you know, I kind of went off the deep end. My drugs of choice are Xanax and Percocet, and I've had an addiction for years. So basically, when he kind of up and left, it had, so yeah, she's like, I've had an addiction for years, and he knows not to play with me because anybody who knows me for real, they know that I'm mentally insane. Like, I actually take medicine. Like, this is no joke. So when he up and left me in April, I had to go to the psych ward. So on April 1st, I'm sorry, she had to go to the psych ward. So on May 1st is when she was finally released from the psych ward. When he had to go get his friend from the bail bonds with the mom, she was released from the psych ward on May 1st. So at this point, I'm just taking it in. So then she says,
yo, y'all remember the nigga told her? The nigga said, hey, listen, if I don't answer the phone, I'm in the bail bondsman place. Y'all remember when he told her that?
Throughout this time, you know, basically the conversation that he had with her was like, I want to kind of like start to stand on my own too. I want to get myself together. You get yourself together and we're going to come back and be back together. That was the plan. So, yeah, that was the plan when he up and left and went to his mom's house and she went off the deep end, whatever. So throughout all of this time, he's telling her like, oh, I just got this job. I just got this new job. I just got my new place. Every time, so then she starts sending me pictures of the flowers and stuff that he would like come and drop at the doorstep. The flowers and stuff that he would drop at the doorstep would come off of the big large bouquets that he would buy for me. He would take like 5 to 8 flowers off of the bouquets and go drop them at her door. So I'm like, all right. So then she's like, yeah, he just pulled up the other day to get some like marijuana, and you know,
damn, the whole time she thinking she getting 300 roses, she getting 295. That nigga taking 5 of them and putting them over there.
Then she starts sending me text messages of like him saying like, oh, can I come home? Like, you know, yeah, can I come home? I really want to make this work. But her story is also kind of finicky because it's like, if he's telling you he has his own place, I don't understand the logic of him saying, can I come home? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Maybe they're both liars. I think they both are, but we're getting to that. So, then she starts saying like, I knew something wasn't right because he would always send me these grand gestures with rose petals all over the place saying like, oh, I set this up for you. Like, can you come by? But whenever I would like ask for the address and agree to come by, he would just disappear. And I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Then she goes on to say, you know, one time, like basically it had kind of gotten like out of hand, like with him disappearing. So one time he had ended up like dropping the flowers. He ended up dropping the flowers off. So I decided to follow him. And she said, when I followed him, he had went out to Katie. I couldn't determine which apartment he went in. So I keyed his car. So at this point, I'm just listening, and I'm like, you know, to be quite honest with you, girl, like I wouldn't have gotten this deep into this situation with him had I understood the magnitude of not only what y'all have going on, but had I understood who he was as a person. I had no clue. Like, I had no clue. So then I asked, I go in to say, so what's up with the truck? Like, because like, you know, give me some, like, what, I don't know what made me ask this, but something was just like, if there's so many inconsistencies within his life, what's up with his truck? She was like, what truck? The blue truck that he drives? I was like, yeah. She's like, that's a stolen car.
Oh shit, Steve, man. Yo, who the fuck is Steve, bro? Steve is a wild boy. That ain't even his shit. He said he paid $50,000. I thought he was just, all right, he paying the car note. Nigga, that shit stolen. Steve riding around in that bitch.
That truck is stolen. We paid $3,000 to get the trackers and everything removed off of the car.
Steve! Yo, Steve is a wild fucking boy. That nigga is wild. That nigga is wild. Damn. So we see who keyed the truck too. She had keyed that motherfucker. Remember, he came out that time and he was like, damn, somebody done keyed my shit. She done keyed the shit. Damn.
Okay, this is part 11 of my summertime fling that turned into my worst fucking nightmare. So I'm gonna make this the last part. I might be a little long-winded because it is a bit drama-filled, but y'all, when I say I'm so drained and so over this, like, if y'all look at the dates, literally what, today is September 10th. This shit ain't even been a month. Like, it's honestly probably been 2 weeks, and I really need security at this point, y'all. So if y'all got some security guards, send them to me. Okay, so anywho, just to jump right on into it, to pick up where we left off, of course, at this point, I talked to the ex Stephanie. She, briefs me on everything that I had questions about. She basically gives me clarity on everything, from the car being stolen to all of that. So prior to us getting off the phone, she says like, yeah, I'm just so effed up because he promised to take me to Steak 48. Because we've never been. My sister had worked there for years and we always talked about going, but he actually said on this August 14th, on my birthday, he was gonna take me. So I'm just gonna pause right there and just actually state my opinion. I'm just so disgusted with him off the strength of, nigga, you were on the road August 14th. You knew damn well you couldn't take this girl nowhere. Second of all, now I get why you kept avoiding Steak 48 because her sister worked there. Like, what, Mr. Takeout? Anywho, let me get back to it. So, she explains all that. We end the conversation rather peacefully, so I thought. So upon getting off the phone that day, for a week straight after that, she constantly, sends me pictures of him and her. At this point, I have no reason to respond because, like, she's hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me as a woman, I've been through heartbreak. I've been through stuff like that. And like I said before, my 4 months can't compare to those 8 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't. So, like, I have no dog in this fight. Like, I don't want to have a battle with you, boo. You gonna win every time. You know what I mean? So she's constantly sending me pictures. At this point, I'm not responding whatsoever until she sends me a picture of my bedroom. So she sends me a picture of my bedroom. Mind you, I've ignored every other picture except this one. So I immediately, you know how on iPhone you can hold the picture down and question it? I hold the picture down and I question it and I'm like, I'm sorry, what's this? And she was like, is this your crib? And I said, yeah, where'd you get this picture from? So she's like, oh, he sent me this picture basically saying this is his new place. And whenever he's done decorating.
Yo, fucking Steve, boy. Steve is a professional at this shit. That boy is wild. That nigga is a compulsive liar for sure, 100%. It don't get no better than Steve. That nigga sent her.
He wants me to come stay the night. So, and I'm sorry, sometimes I'm quite baffled, like, repeating it out loud because, nigga, is you cool? Like, literally, you don't even be at my house when I'm not here. How the fuck you gonna invite somebody else to come stay? Let's be for real. So he invited her, basically sent her the picture, said that this is his new place. Whenever he get it together, he would like for her to come stay the night. So, I tell her, like, girl, no, that's my place. I don't know what he thought, but no. So, at this point, I'm on 10. Like, I basically ignored him this entire time. I haven't been responding to him in any of his messages, not engaging with him. But this, So I call him and I'm like, I'm on 10. First and foremost, I'm addressing the fact that you had the audacity to have me ride in a stolen car, jeopardizing my freedom. Are you cool? Secondly, you had the audacity to come over here and be sexually active with me, knowing your main girlfriend be selling it. And yeah, like, even if you were to, so she sells it. It's not a secret. Like, if she's so open to tell me, a woman that she don't know, nigga, what's up. Third, you got the audacity with your lame ass to send a picture of my bedroom and say, come on, brother. So, at this point, he offers whatever explanation that he's trying to offer. It's BS, of course, not trying to hear it. So I get off the phone with him the following day. So I want to say I had probably 2 days of peace prior to what I'm finna get to. So I had 2 days apiece, and then she starts texting me again. And she's like, she said, hey, did you guys talk? Were you guys able to work it out? And I said, hey, girl, nothing to work out, but we did definitely talk. And she said, okay, well, I'm rooting for y'all. I wish y'all the best. So I didn't respond. Like, at this point, I feel like you're fishing, but okay. So I didn't respond. So the very next day, she hits me up like, hey, tell that nigga if y'all gonna be working it out, stop to get off my dick. Like, stop hitting my phone up from random numbers, all of that trying to talk it out and be cool. That shit dead. So I don't respond again because I'm not talking to him either. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, 2 or 3 days in a row, she's sending me screenshots of a random number, but it's like messages like, oh, Stephanie, please talk to me. Oh, Stephanie, I effed up. Like, please, like, just hear me out. So mind you, it's consistently 3 days of her sending this, right? So on the 3rd day, I said, hey, babe, I really don't want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry that I even reached out to you. The only reason why I did, because I didn't think it was going to be this. I thought I was the main piece, babe. That's the only reason why I called you. I didn't think it was going to be all of this. So, after I text her that, like, hey, like, I don't want to be involved or whatever, I send a screenshot of it to him too, because I'm like, I need y'all both to just stop. Like, so immediately when I send him the screenshot, he calls me. So he calls me and he's like, bro, those messages are fake. Like, I didn't send her any of those messages. Like, all of that's fake. And I have no reason to text her from a fake number. So
Yeah, her ass crazy. I figured those were fake.
I'm like, I really don't give a damn. I just would like for everybody to just leave me out of it. I'm sorry that I even got involved. They're like, man, F that, I'm finna call her. So he calls her on 3-way. He calls her on 3-way and he's like, bro, stop texting this girl. Like, at the end of the day, those messages aren't real, blah, blah, blah. So clearly she couldn't wait to talk to him, because when I say she took it to hell, I mean took it to hell, which he definitely deserved it. So in the midst of her talking shit or whatever, he like, Stephanie, you need help. Like, at the end of the day, I fucked up, but you really do need help. She like, I need help. Nigga, you need help. So literally, I'm holding the phone, listening to them argue back and forth. It's ridiculous. And he was like, well, just admit that the messages are fake. Like, I didn't send you that. And she was basically like, I mean, she did admit that the messages were fake. She was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, nigga, at the end of the day, if I'm hurt, everybody gonna be hurt. You fuck my shit up, I'm fucking everybody's shit up. So at that point, I just hang up, because it's like, okay, I've heard enough. I don't want to be involved. I would just want outs, right? So in my apartment complex, we have a group chat to where basically, like, if anything happens in the apartment, they'll like drop it in there. So let's just say you left your lights on in your car. They'll be like, hey, whoever drives a red Honda Civic, you left your lights on. Like, they leave little stuff like that in there. So as I get home, I see there's a truck that's in my apartment that looks just like his, but it's not his. And like the rims are a little bit different. It's just not his truck. So I get home and the windows are busted out of this blue truck in my apartment. I look at it. I don't think nothing of it. I'm just like, okay, whatever. I get home. I get inside and I'm like, let me go be messy. Let me go read the little chat and see what they saying, because, they're very active in there. Child, why the hell somebody got a picture of her busting the windows out the truck? She busted the windows out of the wrong truck. Okay, so I did say I was going to make this part 11. I mean, this was going to be the last part. But
Yo, she fucked up when she gave that girl her number. Yo, this girl is crazy. The other girl crazy as hell, man. She busting. Damn, that wasn't even the truck he drive. Why you coming over there busting this shit out? Now somebody gotta suffer.
This is officially my last part 12 of my summer fling that turned into my worst fucking nightmare. I want to apologize in advance because I've just been so busy bartending, and I actually work in corporate too, so I'm all over the place. I tried to make this video yesterday just to kind of hurry up and get it over with, but when I had actually finished up, I was like, I didn't give y'all enough to seal it off. But anywho, so to get right back into it, of course, as we know, homegirl came and busted the windows out the wrong truck. They have pictures in the chat in my apartment saying, like, anybody knows her, basically, like, I'm willing to give away a reward. So, of course, like, when you live in an apartment complex, you can't say, like, oh, this is the story, because then you look problematic in the apartments, and, that could potentially be a lease violation. So in the chat itself, you have the ability to like respond to people's comments anonymously. So I ended up like responding to the comment anonymously and was like, hey, she looks really familiar, email me here. And so I have like a bunch of different email addresses or whatever. So they ended up like emailing me or whatever. And I was like, hey, I think I know who this is. Like, I've seen her around the complex. She looks familiar. So I ended up like putting the picture next to like one of her pictures. I was like, hey, do you think this is her? Needless to say, I ended up getting the little reward. I don't know if they actually like followed through on anything as far as like, well, I'm sure they are, but I don't know where that is right now. And I haven't followed up on that. So, yeah, so anywho, of course, like at this time I send it to old boy. I'm like, Steve, come on now, brother. Like, she trying to bust your windows out. She didn't fuck my neighbor shit up. Like, this is becoming too much. So in the midst of all of this, mind you, guys, remember I told you I needed the oil change and I needed some air in my tires. So in the midst of this, I'm like, okay, well, I need to get some air in my tires. So I have this little like piggy bank that I keep in the house that I always put my change in. Mainly quarters, but I do have nickels, dimes, whatever. Mind you, I've been collecting this change for every bit of fucking 3 years. The last time, maybe like 2.5, the last time I had cashed it in, I probably had a good like $70, $80. So this time around, I'm like, okay, let me go into my little change to get some air in my tires. I go to my little change bank, and it's not an actual piggy bank. It's like a little bowl, like a heart-shaped bowl that you could just throw change in. Child, I go to go get the change out of my goddamn bowl. Why are all my quarters gone? Gone. All that's in there is pennies and dimes and maybe a few nickels. Like, so I immediately, and ain't nobody been at the crib but me.
Don't tell me Steve done took the change.
And Steve. So I called Steve and I'm like, hey, like, outside of all the other bullshit going on, did you take my quarters? So he's like, no. And he's like, oh, wait. I did use some of the quarters, but I just used them for like cigars and stuff. And I was like, for cigars, I was like, there's been like, this is a year, 2 years and some change worth of quarters. How many fucking cigars did you get? He was like, oh, when I went in there, it was only $2 in there. Mind you, I vividly remember the last time I did actually put change in there. I had actually like gotten all of the change out of my car and put it in there. So there was like for sure a decent amount of quarters that I just recently put in there, let alone how long I've been putting change in there for 2 years. So he's like, yeah, it was only $2 in there. And I figured it wasn't that big of a deal because the cigars I was getting was beneficial for the both of us. So I just want to pause right there just to say, like, okay, regardless of we're both smoking the cigars, A, when did you ever say, like, hey, I'm going to go grab these quarters? B, how did you even know where the quarter thing was? And C, I've never seen you with my own 2 eyes go get the quarters out of there. So what the fuck, you sneaky thieving motherfucker? At this point, you're a liar, a cheater, and a thief. Fuck. Okay, so anywho, the whole quarter thing happens or whatever. So I want to say like the following week or so, I have to bartend. So I'm bartending the Saturday morning. And at this point, I'm just doing morning duties. I'm actually like cutting limes, refilling juices. If you bartend, you know what morning duties are. So in the midst of me cutting these limes, I get 3 FaceTime calls from Steve. At this point, I don't answer any of them because I'm like, nigga, at this point, I'm going through a lot, okay? You done stole my quarters. I'm going through a lot. You stole my quarters. You got a stalking ass ex. I'm over it. So about the 4th or 5th call, I finally answer the FaceTime, and he's like, hey, like, are you busy? I want to take you to breakfast. I'm like, I'm at work. Like, no. So in the midst of like him like talking, there's something that he said that triggers me to look down at the phone. So I look down at the phone, and he has the same background that I have, which is in my bar. So I'm like, are you at my bar? I turn around and he's standing there. So I'm like, Steve, how can I help you, sir? So he puts a stack of money on the bar. And he's like, I know it's not much, but I was only able to pull off $600 today. Basically, like, this is for, in a roundabout way, like compensation for the quarters, girl doing whatever to the car, like, whatever. So, I take the money or whatever. And he's like, do you mind if I, like, chill and eat? Okay, whatever. So in the midst of him, like, sitting there, he's like, so, you know, would you mind showing me that phone number that, Stephanie was basically texting you from, saying that it was me texting her? And I was like, for what? He was like, I'm just trying to compare the numbers. Like, I know it started with 254, but I'm just trying to basically, like, compare the numbers. So I showed him the number or whatever. He was like, man, peep this shit. So he showed me the phone, and old girl basically texts him from the same number, basically saying Stephanie's dead. You need to contact her parents. This is the hospital she's gonna be at. You need to get there ASAP. So I'm like, what the so I'm like, is she okay? So he turns around and go to her Instagram. She's smoking big backwoods and popping pussy on a headstand. That girl ain't dead. That girl is crazy. So after all of that, it's all said and done at this point. I guess to close it all off, and just to give my takeaways and how I feel about the situation. At the end of the day, you know, I did get myself into some fuck shit that I didn't anticipate. Unfortunately, like, you know, these days you do have to, you know, be mindful on who you allow close to you, no matter how long you've known the person. You can't come into a situation and be vulnerable. You do have to keep that guard up and slowly but surely allow them to break that wall down. I've never been love bombed to this magnitude. I've never actually been like love bombed before. Like, I don't know. I just never have. So it was very different to me. I don't feel like I was ever blind. I feel like I was more so of like trying to be understanding. Because him and my ex, they were so night and day. When I say completely different. And it just felt good to have somebody like be attentive and, seem like they all for you. I mean, of course, it turned out to not be genuine, but for what it's worth, I loved it for what it was. So thank y'all for rocking with me. And I also want to address people saying like, oh, where's the nightmare? I don't know about you, but when I come into a situation, I don't expect chaos. So from a lying motherfucker to having a psychotic ex. Oh, and I didn't even fucking mention. So in the midst of him coming to the bar, he brings some documents to basically prove that this truck ain't stolen. I don't know how real or fake that goddamn paperwork is, because like fucking Young Thug said, how the prosecutor gonna spell prosecution wrong? Like, beat it. Seriously. But yeah, so thank y'all for rocking with me. And yeah.
Yo, that is fun. Oh wait, she got something else to say?
She texted me 2 days ago with a picture of him in the background and said, oh, just letting you know we're back together.
Oh shit, her and Steve got back together. TSA, right there is way too many things that you don't do. Come on now, sir. I don't know how you're going to find the one who's really effing with you if you don't want to do anything. Hey, y'all be wanting niggas to jump through hoops and shit. I'm not jumping through hoops, and I'm not doing the fucking most. You see what I'm saying? To me, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe this is the way I look at this. I look at myself as the prize. I'm the nigga that's 34. I'm the nigga that's doing pretty good for himself. I'm the nigga that's motherfucking swole. I'm the nigga that ain't got no kids. I'm the nigga that dick is huge as a motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'd pay for everything over this bitch by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no help from no motherfucking body. I got 3 cars. Like, I look at myself like I'm the prize. What the fuck you gonna do? Shit, what the girl gonna come over here and do for me? That's the way I look at this shit. I'm not about to be jumping through the hoops and doing all that shit. Fuck that shit. Shit, I'm looking at myself like I'm the prize. You know, I got the big body Benz outside, the BMW too, and the minivan and shit. Seriously, check out the Instagram. You see what I'm saying? So that's just the way I look at myself. Y'all motherfuckers want motherfuckers to jump through hoops like the girl got mad because I ain't want to get out the car and open her door. Bitch, you want me to... Man, listen, man. It's raining outside. Man, you get in the car. You see what I'm saying? Shit, well, get a nigga like this then. Go ahead, get a nigga like this then that's gonna love bomb you and put you and finesse you. Shit, man, I look at myself like that. I'm the nigga that got shit going on. I'm the nigga that don't need to drive nobody car. I don't need to go sleep on nobody couch. I got a couch right the fuck here. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck that shit. Y'all jump through the hoops for me. Fuck is y'all talking about? Like, it's big fucking play. Big play raid. This shit is serious around this bitch. You see what I'm saying? Don't nobody help me with a motherfucking thing. Ain't nobody ever gave me a motherfucking thing. So shit, that's just how I look at this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll do some shit, but I'm not jumping through the hoops. Like, disconnected. Am I still connected? Oh shit. Okay, I disconnected, but I'm connected. Anyway. Yeah, she knows she should have stopped fucking with him, man. You lied to me about some goofy shit. I don't want to. You feel me? I just want some pussy from now on. I don't want to take you serious, nothing. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you lie about. When I catch you on a lie, nigga, I was literally, before I came in here and went on live, the maintenance man was just telling me how he caught his bitch in the lie. One of the bitches he was fucking with in the lie. We don't be liking that shit. We be trying to catch y'all in lies. You see what I'm saying? Straight up, I ain't about to be playing around with y'all. You see what I'm saying? Y'all want a nigga to jump through hoops and shit. I'm not doing it, nigga. It's a big play. You better jump through some hoops for me. What you talking about? I'm the nigga that got shit going on around this bitch. What the fuck is this?
My name is
shit. I fucked up. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get this shit right. Here we go. Next story. Let's get it.
Because Angie has people bullying us on Facebook.
On Facebook.
I feel bullied.
I don't even know what to find Facebook. No, we're not going to do it. I'm calling the client off of this phone.
Oh. Yeah, I'm still getting bullied.
Please leave your message. You're going to make me hurt.
Hold on, what the fuck is this about? They called me with 2 different phone numbers while I was parenting. I was in parenting class. And this is their response. They think this is a fucking game. These games even today. Who was calling?
I heard them. Wrong guy. Weird.
What you mean? Because Angie has people bullying.
So they called me from 2 different phone numbers while I was in parenting.
I'm gonna hurt them.
Listen to this shit though.
I heard them. Wrong guy. I heard them. Wrong guy.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really made any videos because I really have been afraid about the backlash that I was gonna receive. But I realized if I keep my mouth shut, then all of this would have been for nothing. I really want everybody to understand what I've been going through. I really want people to understand what's been going on in my mind, because I'm tired of people talking about, oh, I was crazy, I made the wrong decisions, I don't know how to move, I wasn't moving smart, and you know what? I will be...
Oh shit, my bad. This is not the first one. This is the first one.
My name is Demetrius Rosa, and I'm about to tell you about how the system has failed me, my son, and almost cost me my life at the same time. Imagine the police calling you and telling you what happened to your child. And instead of them doing anything about it, they just decide to give a wellness check. But when you decide to take matters into your own hands, they come swarming at you and arrest you for protecting your child. 9 months ago, my son came to my house with what it looked like 3rd-degree burns on his ears. Children's Services had told me what happened, but the man still has never been charged about it to this day. Meanwhile, I'm now a felon and I'm awaiting my sentence. This message is for every father, every mother, grandmother, grandfather, aunt, uncle, doesn't matter. If you have a duty to protect your child, you should do whatever it takes to protect your child. The system told me that I should not have taken the law into my own hands, but the law has not done a thing for my child. I'm going to explain to you what happened. In the end of 2024, my son's mother was going through abuse with her ex-boyfriend. She had called me and told me that she needed me to take my son for a while, which I agreed. I picked him up and I took him. That was around the end of December. My girlfriend was helping me watch my son while I go to work, and my employers tried to accommodate me because I had explained to them that my son's mother was going through a domestic violence situation, and if anything happens to my son, I was going to get arrested. So while they did try their best to accommodate me, it came to the point where they couldn't accommodate me anymore. The job that I was working at in the Nike Clinton outlets, they have a policy where you're forced to work there on the weekends. And the problem with my son was he wasn't vaccinated because me nor his mother wanted him to be vaccinated. Him being vaccinated was very difficult to find a daycare or anybody to watch him. I'm not making enough at Nike. I was only making about $16 an hour. I still had rent and other bills to pay, so I couldn't just find a babysitter that could help pay out of pocket. It came to the point where I had him for over 3 weeks, maybe about 4. My money was running low, funds was running dry. We didn't really have any food, and I felt like I was forced to make a choice, that I was forced to give my son back to his mom. And I really want to let the world know that I really did not want to do that. When I gave my son back to his mom, that was around January 18th. On the morning of January 22nd, CPS had called me and told me that there was a new case of neglect. CPS had told me that there was a witness who had seen my son's mother's boyfriend drag my son across the ear outside on the concrete floor.
Oh, shit. Damn. That's fucked up. Damn. Is that why he got the felony? He went over there and beat his ass? That's crazy.
Me personally, I don't believe that. It don't look like it was somebody that pulled his ear. I've never seen anybody pull somebody's ear so hard that their flesh was coming out. That don't make no sense to me. It looked like it was 3rd-degree burns. When CPS had told me that my son was attacked by that man, I told CPS word from word, if I find out that it's true, I was going to get arrested. And then I found out it was true. My son's mom had texted me through his iPad and told me that they got attacked and they needed to run immediately. So I met up with them in Bridgeport, and that's when I seen all the marks that they had on the both of them. He had beat them both up. When everybody came to my house, everybody was trying to tell me to calm down, but I was so angry I was seeing red that I was not thinking straight. If you had seen your son have marks, especially a toddler, any toddler, not just your child, but just seeing your son like that, you're telling me it's not going to make your blood boil? It's not going to make you angry? It's not going to make you go crazy? So I text him. I did text him. I told him meet me. I told him to come outside. I definitely did. And what did he respond with? He responded with him molesting my son. That he molested my son. Word from word, he said that your son's cheeks was clapped. Imagine hearing somebody say that about your child. And you telling me you was not going to go over there and kill that man that hurt your child? So I went to New York, and I went to buy a gun, and I went to go look for the man that hurt my son. When I got there to Mount Vernon, I went to go look for him. That man stole my son's mom's keys and barricaded himself in the house. He had no right to live there. His name is not on the lease. He don't deserve to have any keys. He stole her keys. So when I went down there, I tried to break down the door. When I tried to break down the door, I got caught by a neighbor. A neighbor that I now find that works with him behind closed doors. So I tried my best to run downstairs. But the problem was, we were all the way on the 13th floor. So by the time I got downstairs, Mount Vernon police was waiting for me. I tried to run away. I've never been in a situation like that before. And I hope no parent ever gets into a situation like I went through. I tried my best to walk away and play it cool. They followed me, kept harassing me, asking me more questions, and I couldn't talk to them because I had a gun in my pocket. I was scared. I'll never forget what they did to my friend Nathan Johnson. With the thought of Nathan Johnson in my head, what they did to him when they shot him just because he shot other people that robbed him, I knew it wasn't going to end good for me. So I tried to run, and they chased me. The entire police force chased after me. After I gave up and I tried to surrender, they still slammed me on my back, looking for the gun, looking for everything that I had. I didn't have any ID. I didn't bring my wallet. I didn't bring my phone. All I had was the gun and my back brace. I tried to explain to them I was trying to save my son, but I was so out of breath that I couldn't even speak. So in the midst of them locking me up, they're trying to argue with me and laughing at me. The black cops chased me and my co-defendant, but the white cops were the ones that laughed at us. I almost got sent to federal court. The federal officer came to my cell and had asked me, "Why did you join the dark side?" Because I had my security license and I had no priors. And I replied to him, "The dark side? He hurt my son. What the fuck would you have done?" When I went to court, the DA told me I shouldn't have taken the law into my own hands. I'll never forget those words. That he was sorry, but he still wanted a high bail for me. My first offense, not even a misdemeanor. I came to the court with tears in my eyes, crying, explaining to my lawyer everything that happened. The DA didn't care. I believe the judge cared, but I don't believe the DA cared. But the judge was forced to set bail on me. While I was in Valhalla in the process of getting bailed out, that man manipulated my son's mom to meeting him for her believing that he changed. I don't know why she believed it, but she did. And what did he do when he seen them? He beat them up on the highway while I was in Westchester County Jail. CPS did not notify me that they were in the hospital until I called them in the afternoon asking them why haven't they looked for my son. When I seen my son in the hospital, he was covered in blood. His blood. He was scared. When I held him, he was freaked out. I had to tell him it was me. I cried like a baby. I'll never forget. I'll never forget when CPS called me and told me that my son got hurt again. I'll never forget that pain. I'll never forget that anger.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with this. The father's the mom in this situation, but somebody telling you that they clapped your son, and I see some of y'all saying that it do sound like it's a little made up, but I don't think it's made up. Cause look at this, the boy. Hold on, what the fuck is that shit? Look at the baby eye. Look at the fucking baby eye. I don't think this is made up, bro. We're gonna get to these in a minute. Oh shit. Oh shit, we're gonna get to these in a minute. But I'm just saying, look at the fucking baby eye, bro. I don't know if this is made up. Look, why the fuck the baby eye look like this? This is crazy. But I kind of like, the way he was telling the story, I guess I can kind of see what y'all saying, but I see that fucking baby eye.
Miss Rosa and
Because Angie has people bullying us on Facebook.
On Facebook.
I feel bullied.
I don't do no for fine Facebook. No, we're not going to do. I'm calling the client off of this phone. Oh.
Yeah, I'm still getting bullied.
Please leave your message. He's going to make me hurt him. I'm going to hurt him. Hurt him, real bad.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here.
Please leave your message. He's going to make me hurt him. I'm going to hurt him. Hurt him, real bad. Please leave.
Who is calling him? So the first one say they're panicking trying to do damage control. Okay.
Because anything of people bullying us on Facebook.
On Facebook.
I feel bullied.
I don't do no for fine Facebook. No, we not gonna do. I'm calling the client off of this phone. Oh.
Yeah, I'm still getting bullied.
Please leave your message.
Let me see what's going on here.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really made any videos because I really have been afraid about the backlash that I was gonna receive. But I realized if I keep my mouth shut, then all of this would have been for nothing. I really want everybody to understand what I've been going through. I really want people to understand what's been going on in my mind, because I'm tired of people talking about, oh, I was crazy, I made the wrong decisions, I don't know how to move, I wasn't moving smart. And you know what? I will be honest, and now I will take accountability. They were right. I didn't move the smart way. And I'm not going to sit here and speak like, oh, I'm a complete victim, because I'm not. Because in the end of the day, this is not about me. This is about my son. I want everybody to understand what's been going on in court, because this is what really matters right now. My son's been in foster care for over almost 9 months. It's been a really long time. He's been growing up in there, growing up without his father, without any of his family. Nobody understands the pain I feel every time that I'm forced to put him on the bus. Every time I have to put him on the bus, he's screaming and crying. And then I have to put him on the bus and I don't got a fucking choice. It's not fair. It's not fair that I have to work a job. I see everybody shopping with their kids and I can't even shop with mine. I missed his birthday. He missed my birthday. We missed the entire summer. We missed the spring together. He's growing up without me and it's not fair. I've been on bail all this time and you're telling me I couldn't have had him all this time while I was on bail? It's not like I'm using my son as an excuse to get out of court. Because in the end of the day, this don't got nothing to do with no street stuff. This got nothing to do with no personal beef, because truth be told, I actually was cool with that man at one point. When I first met him, when he first came around, I thought he was actually good for my son's mom. So it's not like, oh, I'm secretly against him. No, when I first met him, we smoked together even. I had nothing against him. She told me that he was a good guy and all this extra stuff and that he takes care of my son. I was like, okay, he's cool. And then all this stuff happened out of nowhere. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why people felt the need to compare themselves to me. I don't understand why people have to sit here and know about my whereabouts. I didn't even know him. I really didn't. So I don't want nobody over here thinking that I had some personal vendetta against him, because I'm not. Because at the end of the day, he hurt my son. And I want CPS to know that they hurt my son too. And they can sit here and try to point the blame at everybody and say whatever they want to say about me. But in the end of the day, when my son got hurt a second time, they should have stepped in and said, give him to his father immediately, regardless. I was already on bail. Not one time I ever missed my son's court date. Not one time. And if I ever miss my son's visit, it's because I didn't have a choice. But this isn't fair. It's not fair at all. I have to sit here and face a neglect charge for letting my son see his mom just so he could get a haircut. Meanwhile, they sat here and allowed her to go back to a DV shelter, knowing that it was a possibility that she was going to get manipulated. And I'm not posting this video to slander his mom, because in the end of the day, me and her, she personally know how I feel. So I'm not going to sit here and make a public video about it. But in the end of the day, if they knew that she was going to do some shit like that, why didn't they step in? Because they told me word from word that they knew she was going to do it again. So if you knew that my son was going to get put in danger again, you guys are the professionals. You guys are the ones that are trained. You guys are the ones that are supposed to be knowing what happens before it happens. We are, in the end of the day, we're still in our early 20s. I don't want anybody thinking I'm only 24. I've never been through no shit like this. How am I supposed to understand what the fuck I'm going through if I've never been through no shit like this? How the fuck am I supposed to automatically know? My father's in federal jail. He can't even fucking tell me how to navigate through this problem. I'm going through this alone. And what's the first thing I did to go on bail? I went to straight finding for programs. I remember asking the judge if there's any programs that I could do to help with my case. Because in the end of the day, it was not a fucking burglary. They knew it wasn't a burglary and still decided to indict me for the fucking gun. No, it's not fair. It's not fair that I'm going through all this shit when they were supposed to be breaking down that fucking door, not me. Ever since this shit has happened, only thing Mount Vernon seemed to have done, only thing they seem to have done is close their comments. They want to sweep this shit under the rug. I'm not letting this shit go.
I feel sorry for this baby though, for sure, man. Cause this is horrible, man. I see why my boy damn near crashed out. Let's go back to these messages real quick. Cause it says this is the nigga. It says laugh out loud, laugh my ass off. Check your son's back. I left a mark to remember me and the money. I don't know. He say come see me. Ooh, he say buy his butt. Ugh. He can't show this to the police. Let's get these niggas locked up. He say, let's see what's going to happen to you. He said, laugh out loud. Like I said, listen, when you see your son, right, take his clothes. I guess he mean take off his clothes. He say, turn on your location, pussy, stop ducking. This is okay, we read all this. He said, stop ducking. He said, have fun with your girl and BM. How you going to do that and they in my crib? Check. Your son's cheeks were clapped. That's just fucking nasty, bro. 2 racks ain't gonna do much for you. Laugh out loud. I don't know what this is. The crib mine. Plus, if you saw your son, you would be upset. Keep thinking that you better not snitch once I guess he meant once I catch you. Oh shit.
Good morning, everybody. I'd be nervous about doing these things, but clearly people like it, people comment. It ain't like just nobody's paying attention, so I figured I might as well continue doing these things. So today I want to talk about homelessness and being homeless in different states, most notably being homeless in Connecticut versus being homeless in New York City. If nobody knows, I grew up in New York City. I'm from New York City, raised in New York City, lived in New York City my entire life. But I'm gonna be honest, my entire life, my life has been completely unstable. I've been kicked out of my mom's house. My mom was very abusive to me. Me and my dad didn't have a good relationship. I really didn't have a great relationship with most of my family members, to say the least. Ever since I was 13, it got to the point between me and my mom relationship where it was so bad that me and her were fighting, like physically fighting back and forth, because I got tired of her always abusing me, because she used to get abused by her exes and then she would get angry and take it out on me. So one day I had brought a girl over while my mom was at work. I was supposed to be taking care of my little sister, which I was, but I was doing things I wasn't supposed to be doing. Of course, I was 13. You know, kids do that shit, dumb shit. Brought a girl over to my house. We didn't do nothing crazy or nothing. She just was in my house. And then I got caught. Long story short, my mom whooped my ass. She whooped my ass. She took everything away from me. You know, the whole 9 yards. I ended up sneaking my iPod, and I remember talking a lot of shit about how much I hate my mom, how much I'm tired of her, how much she just abused me. She do the most, you know. She don't understand what I'm going through, because I had just lost a couple of my friends around that time. So she ended up finding out that I had an iPod, and she ended up whipping my ass again with the extension cord. And then she put a knife to my throat, threatening to kill me. After
damn, the female fixed Flipper, and Flipper said, damn, I knew something was right, wasn't right. He looked like he was in a shed or something in the first video. I didn't even catch that. Then be bringing babies in the world. Yeah, I know, but he ain't had no guidance, man. He don't know. That's why he giving us the backstory. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? But niggas should be wrapping it up and not trying to, you know what I'm saying, have kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you feel me? You gotta listen to this. You know, like they be growing up. They growing up don't be good. You know what I'm saying?
I had ran from my mom's house. I decided that I'm not taking this abuse anymore because it's going to get to a point where one of us is going to end up really killing each other. And I'll be damn sure if I was going to just let that happen. So I ended up running to my grandmother's house. Me and my grandmother, we didn't have the best relationship either, but I know she definitely did love me with all her heart. God bless her soul. But at the time, I didn't really realize any better. I didn't realize, that she wanted the best for me. That's all she wanted, even if she went about it the wrong way. But at the time, you're not thinking about that as a kid. You're not really thinking about anything. You're just thinking about how the world hurts you. So I want to talk about being homeless in New York versus being homeless in Connecticut. So I experienced being homeless when I was 13. I was on the run from ACS, police, whole 9 yards, right? Being homeless in New York, you have way more comfortability on where you could sleep because you don't necessarily just have to sleep on the outside. Like when I was a kid, what I would do is sleeping on the train. I would sleep on the train a lot. I remember one time, me and my friend, we both slept on the train because his mom kicked him out that night. I remember somebody had touched him. He panicked so hard, he threw the apple that he was sleeping at the person. Mind you, we were sleeping on the train from 1 in the morning. It had to be like 9 a.m. at this point. But you could sleep on the train. There has to be shelter, because one thing about New York City, they have to give you some type of shelter. They cannot just leave you outside if you're asking for it, unless you're disobeying or disrespecting the people there. But if you're not doing that, they have to give you shelter. They can't just leave you like that if you're begging for help. I've been to a couple youth shelters. I met a few people at the Covenant House. That's the first youth shelter I've ever been in. But the difference between a youth shelter in Connecticut and in New York, you have to be between 18 to 21 to get a youth shelter here. While as in Connecticut, you could be between 18 to 25 to get youth shelters. Now, you getting shelter in Connecticut, it goes by much quicker, but the rules are much more difficult to deal with compared to you doing it in New York. The curfew over there is at 7 o'clock. You're most likely going to end up being late. This shit is fucking bullshit. Meanwhile, over here, curfew be 11, 12 o'clock, where you're able to do whatever you got to do and then go home at a reasonable time. You really don't got no business being out past midnight anyway. But being in a Connecticut youth shelter, you could easily get your apartment much quicker, especially if you're able to show them that you have a job, you're responsible, you could do your chores, you could keep your room clean, you could keep everything clean. They will give you that yearly voucher. But New York gives a 5-year voucher, and the difference between that is a year don't mean shit. You could have everything all set up, and then the next year you turn around and fuck everything up, and then you'll be right back at square one, like me. But it's even worse when you catch a felony, because when you catch a felony in Connecticut, there's no fair chances, fair hearing, there's none of that. So the moment that you catch that felony and you're living in Connecticut, you're fucked. You can't find a job, you can't find an apartment, nobody's working with you, nobody's fucking with you, you're done. Now, if you live in New York, it seems like damn near everybody a fucking felon in New York. So it's a lot different, because a lot of people that are felons in New York, that would, like, if they was to disqualify felons, that would leave at least a good 10-15% of New York City's population, because I know a majority of New York jails is from New York City. There's no other way around it. I just want people to understand that you catching a felony is it really does wreck your life. It really does fuck you up. Now, thank God that in New York City, they have been putting more protections in place for people that have felonies to get other different angles rather than just being stuck and being forced to do things that will end up leading them back to being incarcerated. Now, me personally, I've never been to prison. I hope I don't end up going to prison, but I have been in jail, and I'll tell you guys, it's not it. And it don't even got nothing to be about you being in jail. It has to be about the mental, being stuck in the mental where you cannot even move, you have no freedom, you can't eat whatever you want, you cannot work, you can't make no money, you're stuck on, you don't know what's gonna happen to you. It's just horrible. And I'm not talking about the inmates, I'm talking about them. And then being homeless with a felony makes it a whole much worse. Because being homeless without a felony, you'll have a chance. You could run to the shelter, get all your shit together, and then you'll find an apartment. You have good credit. You'll find an apartment even quicker, and then the whole process is smoother. Because when I was in the Connecticut shelter, I had a clean record, good credit. It was easy for me to find an apartment. Think it's going to be easy this time around? I hope everybody has a blessed day. Hope everybody takes care of themselves. Stay free, stay safe.
I know that's right. That's a great message. But damn, man, that nigga need to be in jail. The nigga who he got the messages from, the girl's boyfriend. Let me see if he got something else. Hold on. The girl's boyfriend needs to be in jail. You feel me? I think he had like a GoFundMe link or some shit. Let me see. What the fuck is this? Nah, we don't need to listen to this. There you go. I'm gonna put it in the description below. Damn, can I put it in the description below now while the stream is up? So yeah, he's trying to get his this is crazy. The fucking mark on the baby eye is crazy. I'm gonna put the what you call that shit? The link in the description below. For sure. Right after this stream ends. Let me see if I want to do one more with y'all, or do I want to call it a day? I've been on here for 2 hours and 11 minutes. Let's do a short one real quick. I had a short one. I'm getting kind of tired, and I had a headache. I ain't gonna lie, I had a headache. Let's see what the fuck. I kind of want to watch some funny shit. What's this? Oh. Can I listen to this, though? Hey, we gonna listen to this real quick. I should be able to listen to it.
Nigga, what are you talking about? What's your name? Actually, it don't even matter.
So she went over to nigga house and the girlfriend popped up.
I knew some fishy shit was happening.
Girl.
You gotta go.
Oh, he said you gotta go. Who gotta go? Which one gotta go?
You gotta ask me twice.
Oh, damn! You gonna put that girl out like that, bro? That ain't right, my nigga. That nigga girl came in. That nigga said you gotta go.
What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck? Why you got a bitch in your bed?
Give me my blanket.
Damn, that nigga said you gotta go.
What the fuck, my You know what the fuck I'm doing here. Yes, you do.
Hey, look, at least they ain't get to fighting and shit. You know what the fuck I'm dealing with. Why you got her in here?
Okay, nobody. What?
You just told me the nigga.
What are you talking
What the
about?
fuck? What's your name? Actually, it don't even matter.
Oh, she said, what's your name? Actually, it don't even matter.
I knew some fishy shit was happening.
You gotta go.
You don't got.
You gotta go is crazy. Let me see. She gotta tell us what the fuck happened right there, man. What happened, baby? Come fuck with the big play. Big play ain't gonna do you like that, baby. Tell us what happened.
The story time quick and easy because yeah, basically I'm laying in his bed or whatever, and he just started opening up to me about how he has a sister and his sister be doing X, Y, and Z, and he used to do X, Y, and Z with her, da 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 da. Don't think it is sexual, it's something else, right? So I'm like, all right, cool, you feel me? So you got a sister, but mind you, when I be going over there, like his brothers be coming in and out his room, so I'm used to that. So when the door swings open and I see a pretty girl, I'm just staring at her like I never seen her before. I'm thinking that's his sister because we just got done talking about his sister. I don't know what his sister look like. I don't know how old the sister is. I just know his sister. I don't know if the sister stayed there or not because I don't be in people's business. I don't be asking a whole bunch of questions like we in an interview, right? We here to vibe, right? So then in my head, I'm like, oh, that's his sister. She's so cute. You feel me? His head's like, oh shit, I got caught up. Because apparently when I had picked him up the night before from Bart, he was texting some girl. I don't know if it was a girl, but I know he was texting, arguing with somebody. I didn't know they was arguing, but I just peeped that he was texting. He was on his phone the whole ride to his crib or whatever. So then she opens her mouth like, really, Kimani? You got that bitch. Bruh, she said, really, Kimani? You just got the other bitch pregnant and you got a bitch in your bed? Da-da-da. And then that's when I started recording. And I'm just like flabbergasted. That's why my mouth is like, because what you mean, this is your bitch, but you got somebody else pregnant and then you got me in the bed with you.
Oh shit. The nigga got the girl pregnant. Oh shit. That's what she meant by you know what I'm going through, nigga. And why you got another bitch in here?
Let's be for real. Y'all, I'm not crying. I literally got a bug bite and I'm trying to get the swelling down.
Okay, so they didn't fight. I see some of y'all asking in the comments. They didn't fight. It was a bug bite on her eye, okay? It didn't look like she wanted to fight. It didn't look like she wanted to fight her anyway.
Got my stuff and left. Y'all see the video. And so I ended up calling him and he apologized. Fake ass apologized or whatever, and it was like, I got 2 wives, da da da. He called his 2 girlfriends wives or whatever. And so the video I posted, I took it down. It's only on friends only because I really don't want to be known for it. But since I reposted, I might as well put the other post back up. But basically, what happened afterwards was that I posted the video and in 8 hours the video got 1 million views. So obviously it got around the whole Bay Area. So I was getting DMs left and right, left and right, left and right. And so I finally got a DM and it was the girl that I was in the room with. And I got her phone number. We had like a text conversation. She was like, do you want the other girl's phone number? So I got the other girl's phone number and we started texting and they started telling me a whole bunch of stuff, how he be doing shrooms. He goes to a church and they do shrooms, and the car that he has is broke down and he didn't even buy that. He got it gifted for a graduation party or a graduation gift, and then all the designer clothes he got, him and the other girl bought him, and he's broke and his car broke down and he couldn't even pay for the own tow, so the girl had to get a tow and he owed her hella money, and he was trying to get me pregnant and the 2 other girls pregnant. The other girl, she said that she got an abortion, she had scheduled it, but I never went on it, checked on it, because it's none of my business. She probably has a baby, because I'm not gonna lie, like, I want to say like 7, a cool.
Yo, broke ass niggas don't got nothing else better to do but try to get girls pregnant and not take care of the babies.
I want to say like 6 months ago, 5 months ago. It was like back in, damn near like a whole year ago, but it couldn't have been a year ago because I ain't even spoke. It was hella months ago, but hella months away from the situation. And the dude, he like texted me off my other phone, off my iCloud, but I had blocked him off my regular phone. So when I powered on my old phone, it popped up. And so I ended up calling him or whatever. And I asked him, like, oh, did the girl ever get an abortion? And he went over the question. And then he was talking about he was going to sue me and this and that. Oh, when the video had gone viral or whatever, somebody went and told him about it. And mind you, it went hella viral. Like, the video right now on my page is at like 18, 20 million views or whatever. And it got posted on Twitter. Twitter got millions of views, but he got hecka mad at the fact that I posted it and posted his face and his name was in the video, that he sent me my picture that I sent him. If you could take a hint what type of picture it was, he tried to...
Oh, so now he trying to send the naked pictures and shit. Y'all niggas gotta cut that shit out, boy.
Expose me with it, and so I had took down the video after like it hit 3 million views. But then I'm like, you got me messed up, so I'm finna fuck you up, right? Fuck up your reputation. All the hoes you got, you don't got them no more. So I did that, and I made a diss track, which if y'all want to hear the diss track, just let me know. But that's basically it. Last time I seen him was in April of this year, and I didn't say nothing to him. I was at picnic day in Davis, damn near same city, but Davis or whatever. And I ended up seeing him, but I didn't say nothing because like I don't got. Bitch, you got me fucked up. You got the 2 other girls fucked up. You got all these other bitches fucked up, bitch. What the fuck? If I showed y'all all the screenshots I got after the video went viral, you be like, this nigga ain't shit. Because a nigga really ain't shit. But, ketos? I don't think that's the word. But he got some good game. He applause to him. He got some good game. Because how the fuck you fucked all 3 of us in May, and we all didn't find out till that day.
Damn, my boy do got some good game. He fucked all 3 of them in May. God damn, I guess broke ass niggas, they ain't got nothing else to do but try to get some pussy, I guess. I got other shit I need to be doing. I'm live right now for 2 hours and shit. I got other shit I need to do, but I'm glad she don't fuck with my boy no more. She shouldn't be fucking with him no more. You know what I'm saying? That nigga tried to get all 3 of them pregnant. Getting all 3 of the girls pregnant and you ain't got no money is crazy. But anyway, I don't think she got into a fight, y'all. I don't think she got into a fight. Yeah, that nigga was trying to be oh, I think she do got a diss track, but we can't listen to that shit, man. But shit, I'm glad she didn't get pregnant. You would have had a broke ass baby daddy who would have said fuck you and the baby. So that's what's up. I got one more in me. This one right here. This is a fast one right here. We're gonna see. What? Oh shit. Hold on.
Time on how somebody I was talking to for years broke in my house and beat me on my sleep. So this is a disclaimer. If y'all really know me in real life, then y'all know like the situation and the dynamic that goes on between me and that person. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say the name. I'm gonna call her Demon. Okay, me and Demon, like, baby, we didn't been through a lot these little four years. It didn't been a lot. Like, I'm not gonna say I was wrong in every situation or I was right, but like, baby, no. So a week before she came through my window. A week before she came through my window, we was arguing. And mind y'all, we was arguing about not even really about nothing, but I felt some type of way because it was this girl that I had fought and she was talking to her again, but she was lying to me about it. And I was asking her, like, why are you lying? Like, there's no need to lie. Like, you don't have to lie. Like, we're exes. You don't have to lie to me, boo. Like, it's not that.
Okay, I thought this was about a nigga, so she liked girls. So she was in a relationship with a girl. Okay.
Basically part 2. So to really fast forward on the situation, the girl that she was supposed to talk to, I had fought her over her. But it wasn't really over her. It was because the girls bringing me up to her. But like, y'all know how that go. Like, y'all know how studs play both sides. Y'all know they messy. So boom, we was arguing all on.
Okay, so it's a stud. Alright, we getting more information here.
Oh my god, my curls is fucked up bit. We was arguing all on Twitter and she was posting my body and stuff and I posted that address, you know? So boom, the day I posted her address, she had texted my mama and was like, she gonna kill me all the time. Like, just coming at my mama disrespectful. So that's really why I posted the address. Besides, because I don't really care about her posting my body or anything. Like, my body's teeth, body cute. Like, you know, I don't really care about all that. But like, you coming at my mama disrespectful, you told me gonna unalive my whole household. Like, you know, it's boundaries and some of the stuff that you say. I had got off work at 1 p.m. I posted that address at like 3 something. Then I had ended up going to bed. I had ended up taking a nap. This is how she got me now, y'all. So y'all know me, y'all know. My front door was broke. So the only way you could get in the house. Okay, this is basically part 2. Okay, you could only come through the garage at a certain time because my little sister had broke the door and the house is kind of older, so it was like, you know, it was about to happen. But my room, like my window is in the front of the house. Let me show y'all. Okay, y'all, this is the window that was climbed through, you know? The window that was climbed through. So my can't get through the door. You couldn't get through the garage because the garage was closed. And I'm guessing that my mom knew how I just left because my mom was home all day. She didn't have work that day. My little sister was home. So you waited until you seen my mom leave to, you know, do that because you never put that when my mom's here. So boom, I'm in a deep sleep, mind you. I'm not even like thinking nothing like that finna happen because if I knew something like that was finna happen, I would have got up, you know. I actually would have fought her. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. If she told me that she wanted to fight, I would have fought her because we didn't fought plenty of times before, so that's nothing. Like, I would have fought her. So boom, I'm in there sleep. I'm butt naked, boo. Nothing but a bra and some panties on, boo. I'm butt naked. I'm in there sleep. So yeah, I didn't really have nothing on none of that. But I heard the windows rattling. Like, I got to sleep for like a good 2 hours. It was 3 o'clock when I went to sleep. It was like 5:50 when I woke up, and you know, all that stuff was finally over with. So I heard the window things rattling, but I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just thinking that it's my fan. Whole time, like, I'm thinking it's my fan. I'm not thinking that it's her. Like, I'm not thinking like that because she's never done that before. Like, we didn't mace each other. We didn't fall, everything. Like, she didn't hit me with a car. Like, everything in the book. I'm not thinking you're finna break in my house and do that.
I don't know why not. Shit, she done hit you with a car? Y'all done maced each other? Y'all done did everything. I don't know why she wouldn't think. Then she said she already like came in her house one other time. Damn, they live in the real toxic. They toxic.
Like, I was not thinking like that. So boom, I hear windows rattling. Like, I open my eyes, but I'm just thinking it's the AC. Then I just feel like me getting punched on, but I'm trying to block my face because I'm not knowing like if it's real or it's a dream. Like, I'm literally like this. I'm just covering my face. So I'm literally in there naked. I'm trying to cover my face. So bro, why after she was done, this went on for like, I want to say like not even a minute for real, maybe like 45 seconds for real, her punching me. And like I turned over so I could finally get up, like, cause I'm not in the right space. Like, baby, I'm still asleep. Like, I can't even see. Like, you know, I'm still asleep. So the girl ended up climbing back out through the window. So I finally get up. I'm like, what the fuck? I call my mom. I'm crying. I'm like, bro, mom, she just broke in the house and like she beat me on my sleep. Like, she just broke in the house and she beat me on my sleep. Mind you, I had a whole hammer sitting on my nightstand. So if I was best believe that hammer would have got used, babe. That mace would have got used. So boom, my mom, like, I called my mom. My mom did not believe me at first. She's like, what are you talking about? And I'm literally bawling my eyes out. She didn't believe me at first. She's like, what? Call the police. I'm like, okay, before I call the police, I ain't finna see if she gonna pull back up and give me my fair one, because I feel like I would have fought you one-on-one. You didn't have to break in my window. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, I would have fought you one-on-one. And it was like, you broke in my window, but you posted my address too. Like, no, I'm not. I did it. Come to my house and move. Like, you know how people get when they feel like they did something. She on Twitter thinking she did something. Whole time, like, you did nothing. Like, baby, no marks. Like, at all. I had no marks. I had no marks, though, y'all. Like, 0 marks. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I had 0 marks.
Yo, that girl real bold for breaking our house like that. She could have got shot and killed anything. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, after that, I had ended up really calling the police because I'm like, you just broke in my house. You beat me out of my sleep, like, and you don't want to give me my fair one? Like, so boom, I called the police, and mind y'all, we already had 2 domestic violence reports at this house before anyways. So it was like, you know, I had ended up, well, not really nothing happened, but I ended up getting a temporary restraining order, and I'm still talking to the DA and stuff right now as this is going on, so I can't even speak too much on that situation, but I did call the police. And she's talking about I'm a police B and this, that, and the third. Had her sister and them text me, but it's like, y'all talking about she don't do nothing until provoked. If I really, like, sit here and post every message and every screenshot, y'all will understand, like, y'all will see, like, this girl has a mental illness. Like, a mental illness is had. Like, I don't know. Like, she was all on Twitter trolling like it was funny the whole time. Everybody's laughing. Like, everybody was laughing because it's like, you just made yourself look tender. Like, you just made yourself look tender. I had never known nobody to jump through nobody's window. I honestly never seen it. It was not funny at the time, but it's funny now because I can really laugh on it. Like, you did nothing. You did all that. You jumped through my window and you left no marks. Like, if I'm jumping through somebody's window, I'm doing it to, I'm doing it to do my thing. So then, yeah, after that, I called the police because she didn't want to fight again. And it was just a lot of aftermath argument on Twitter. And I have still yet to go and do anything because I just feel like now I'm really over the situation. And I don't really have to prove myself too much no more. Like, you hoes with this girl so bad, please take her. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Like, please take her. Take her. Please see. Y'all are going to see what I'm talking about. And it's like everybody always try to make it seem like I'm the problem. And I just be... One thing I do come to social media. I do try to embarrass her, but it's like, girl, you look at what you're doing. Like, you didn't hit me with a car before. Like, I just think that studs take good girls for granted. Like, I don't know. I just really think that they take good girls for granted. Like, I'm not gonna say I was a saint or anything, but like, So yeah, that's the end of it. Miss Police Caller right here. I calls the boys.
Yeah, she needed the boys called on her ass. Cause the next step, man, they gonna somebody gonna kill each other. You know what I'm saying? This shit dangerous. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be bringing out guns and knives and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's all, folks. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with me. We got 127 people over here. We got 118 people over here. Oh shit, y'all made me feel important. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world. But y'all were here. Mika Jones. Oh my God, you late. Where you been, Mika? Mika done fucked it up for everybody. Now we gotta end the stream. She just talking about some she just got in here. Fuck that.